Tune in now to the hottest sports podcast, 910 Sports. 910 Sports. We discuss the latest topics in sports, interview the athletes from all over the country, known and unknown, while spotlighting the youth of today and tomorrow with host Icon E, Mr. Personality Jacob the Great, Crystal, a.k.a. Miss Wildfire, KB the Amazing, and Steve-O, a.k.a. Mr. All Everything Georgia.
What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Icon E, and we're here on season 2, episode 910 Sports. So this is our second season, episode 1. Want to thank God for having an opportunity to be here once again. You know what I'm saying? He gave us, we got a lot going on outside on the back, behind the scenes. A lot going on. So, but that's going to elevate us to another level. So I do thank God for that, because that's came from consistency. But after about 8-9 months of going strong, 10 months going strong, I was like, shit, we need a break, man. Let's just take like a week or two off. Everybody get regrouped. I started making crazy mistakes on the production side. I wasn't going live. I was stuff going on. I was like, man, you know what? I need a break, man. Let me just take a 2-week break. You know what I'm saying? We come back fresh, you know what I'm saying? Everybody getting up every Sunday morning, getting away, sacrificing with their families. So I appreciate all that, because everybody could have been doing something else. And people, we got people coming on here early in the morning for these episodes, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, and then last week was Father's Day. So I said, you know what? I'm going to celebrate the men and don't nobody else do it. I'm going to allow my men, you know what I'm saying, to be able to celebrate with their families, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be. So, I know a lot of people could be like, well, y'all had Crystal on the show and she didn't. Well, I'm like, well, Crystal not a mom, so she was cool with it. It's all good, blah, blah. But, I'm just going to throw that out there now. Some people will say, how people do. But anyway.
I got it. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, but anyway, man. So basically, man, let's get into it a little bit. Now, before we even get to the draft and before we get to the free agency part of things, this is the thing that kind of I'm like, you know what? We talk about Michael Jordan being the GOAT and the greatest basketball ball player of all time, but he has to be the worst NBA owner I've ever seen in my life. Michael Jordan had an opportunity this past week to make his team better. And I heard y'all talking about on the chat all week, because Michael Jordan had an opportunity to hire Mike D'Antoni as the coach. You can say whatever you can say about Mike D'Antoni, but one thing that Mike D'Antoni does, he produces wins. His teams win games. His teams, they get deep into the playoffs. His best players always seem to be go to another level in their games. So LaMelo Ball is a budding star. I ain't gonna say superstar yet, but he's a budding star. He has an opportunity to be. He's an opportunity to be a superstar at some point. But the one thing that Mike D'Antoni does is with his point guards, he makes his point guards better. All his point guards have gone to another level in their game. You know what I'm saying? From Steve Nash to James Harden to whatever. So, and even the big man, Amari Stoudemire, when he had him, even when he was with Clint Capella, his game enhanced because of the style of play. But they decided to hire Steve Clifford. Now, I know a little bit about Steve Clifford, but what I do know the much I do know, he doesn't elevate his teams. And I don't know what it is with Michael Jordan and these old coaches and these coaches that don't really have a little bit of experience, but they don't really push the needle. I don't understand. I don't know if it's a money thing, because what I heard with the thing why Kenny Atkinson didn't go with the money situation. I don't know if they even offered D'Antoni the job and he turned it down because of the money situation. But you can't sit here and talk about, huh?
You think MJ cheap?
It got to be something. You know what I'm saying? It got to be something, because you can't tell me, like, at the end of the day, if you want to win, but then you afraid to spend money. You know what I'm saying? Like, but think about it though. Who has he spent money on? Who has Michael Jordan spent money on player-wise?
That's real though. What's up, Crystal?
What's going on, Crystal?
What's up? How y'all doing?
All right, good morning.
I'm good. We sitting here talking about this morning. I'm talking about before we got into the draft. We didn't got to the draft and all that yet. I was talking about this terrible move that Michael Jordan makes once again on coaching. He had a chance to get Mike D'Antoni, and he goes out and gets Steve Clifford. He out there looking like Joe Biden's younger brother. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, what's up with these moves he be making on these coaches side? That's why they can't never elevate, because he never picks the right types of coach for his team. Like LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball played that type of Mike D'Antoni style in high school. That's where he come from. So my thing was, we put LaMelo Ball with Mike D'Antoni, you got an explosion waiting to happen. You know what I'm saying? But Steve, what you think about all this before? You know
I think Jordan, I didn't like the Mike D'Antoni hire, because again, I look at Boston and how they got Udoka. I look at some of the younger coaches like Toronto, when they changed over from the old coach that they had, and then they went to the new coach and then won a championship. So I like going with the new young coaches, man. I'm not really a fan of recycling the old coaches unless, like you said, I can tell that his coaching style matches the exact personnel that I have. Which in Mike D'Antoni case, until you had kind of pointed out the point guard situation, I was kind of like, kind of with it. But yeah, just think about it. You're right. I think that the style of play for LaMelo is kind of what Mike D'Antoni coaches to. But is that going to win you a championship? That's the only thing I would ask. What you think, Crystal?
Well, they were, first of all, stop blaming Michael Jordan. Y'all always blaming Michael Jordan like he's the only person who made the decisions for that team, and he ain't. I thought D'Antoni would fit LaMelo perfectly, but they're trying to improve defensively. That's what they say. They're trying to improve defensively, and Clifford is a better defensive coach than, obviously, we know D'Antoni don't play defense at all. He's definitely all offense. But I did D'Antoni want the job? Because remember, they weren't picked first.
They never really said if he didn't or didn't want the job. I don't even know if he necessarily got offered the job. But my thing was, I would have threw all kind of money at D'Antoni. I would have threw whatever it took to get him. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Because most time it's a money thing. But I would have threw money, because my thing, reason why I know she kind of shake your head a little bit, Steve. I'm gonna tell you why I would have threw the money at him. Because at the end of the day, Charlotte not in no position to be picky. Like, they ain't in no position. Like, they ain't winning. Like,
that's true.
At some point you gotta win. And to shot me and Crystal, come on, stop this now. You gonna hear talking about something? Who we gonna don't blame Michael Jordan? Who else we gonna blame? Ain't nobody else run that team with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan making all these dumb decisions. He picking all these raggedy players, Adam Morrison, all these players he didn't pick over here.
He did Adam Morrison.
Gordon Hayward come in living in the building since he got them.
No, no, he didn't. He did Adam Morrison in all of those first trades. After that, supposedly he's not the only person making the decision. Remember when Barkley went on that? This is when they fell out. This is part of why they fell out. Remember, he was like, Jordan need better people around him. He need people that know more than him, or that are whatever, smarter than him in the room or whatever. And supposedly that's what happened. So those picks probably from, I don't know, maybe 14, 15, I don't know. Maybe after Kid Gilchrist, because that was also a terrible pick. He wasn't making the sole decisions for the drafts or whatever. It's a whole team, and it's not his last say. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, he supposedly gave up some of that. That's just Michael Jordan is the only name y'all know. So you're gonna say Michael Jordan. I get it.
So when you say he needs smarter people around him, when you say he needs smarter people around him, was Charles Barkley saying from a yes man situation, or was he saying that Michael Jordan got stupid people around him? Okay, so
no,
then
from
if
a yes, no, he was saying
so they telling Mike yes.
Okay, so Michael Jordan, so I'm gonna go out here and get Steve-O. I'm gonna get Steve-O to play on the team, and everybody looking like in their head they're like, "Oh, Steve," and then they ain't saying that because it's Michael Jordan. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm saying. They looking at him.
Yeah,
like,
and I'm saying they changed it. That's exactly what I'm saying.
So you saying they got better people in the room,
right? Yes, because they were yes men. Not that they were stupid, but that they were yes men.
Well, all I know is I don't know what they is. Yes man, no man, maybe man. They need new men or women, whatever. Because these people, these decisions they be making don't make no bit of sense. You know what I'm saying? They even getting crippled people coming in, or they getting players that ain't worth they whatever. And then
it gotta be the same people, but they talking about getting Westbrook. So.
And then think about it, Michael Jordan. Everybody know Michael Jordan like to hang around with old people. So everybody he put on his staff be old. You know what I'm saying? Like, get some young people, get some life in there. You can need old men that
be ready to go to wouldn't be there. D'Antoni wouldn't be there. He old too.
But at least D'Antoni, he thinks like a young coach. You know what I'm saying? Like he thinks like a young person. That's why I said if you're gonna get somebody old, that'll be the old person you get. Don't get Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying?
You
know, well, the only time they've made the playoffs from 2013 to 2018 is under Steve Clifford. He the only postseason presence that they've had in the last couple of years.
But it's Steve Clifford, but you got to think out the personnel too. Now, if you got a player like a LaMelo Ball, who's a run and gun type of player, then you need a run and gun type of coach. You need somebody that's gonna complement his skill set. You feel what I'm saying?
I understand. I understand completely. I'm thinking. That's what I was thinking from an offensive standpoint. What about what Kenny Atkinson was gonna be doing that?
No,
that's what hired.
He's not that type of coach.
Exactly. So that's not what he's gonna be doing anyway.
Well, you say he was gonna bring in defense, right?
No. I'm talking about Clifford. That's supposedly the reason why they went with Clifford again was because they were trying to improve defensively. And I'm saying they actually hired Steve Atkinson, but he later went back and declined the job. But they still weren't going for a running gun like like D'Antoni. So did you have a problem with that hire? Because that's actually who they hired first when they didn't choose.
Kenny Atkinson, I believe because he come from a structured environment or whatever.
Steve Atkinson, right? Steve.
I think it's Kenny Atkinson. I think that's his name, Kenny Atkinson.
It's Kenny. Yeah, it's Kenny.
Yeah. But he comes from a structured environment, and I just believe that he would have, if nothing else, his type of coaching style would have kind of been like more like close to a Steve Kerr. You know what I'm saying? Where it would have been more like developing, bringing the right players in, bringing your everybody, because everybody seemed like with Golden State. The one thing I give credit for Golden State, everybody fits their role on that team. Everybody knows their role. They fit their role perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. All of us, well, I can say all of us, but some of us, I was probably one of them. When they brought Andrew Wiggins in, I was like, well, this is about to be the beginning of the end. You know what I'm saying? So I was one of them people that thought that. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was good for the standpoint of, like, if Clay was there, he might have been a good fit. But at the time when they first got him, Clay was hurt. And me not knowing if Clay was going to come back, I thought, oh, this ain't going to work. They definitely ain't going to win no games. But you know what I'm saying? But he came in and fit his role because basically he was more like a fourth option, and he didn't have any pressure on him. I think that's the biggest thing for Andrew Wiggins. There was no pressure on him to perform, basically until maybe about deep into the playoffs when they seen that Clay didn't have it every night, and he still had some juice in him to step up, or people realized that Andrew Wiggins was better than what people thought he was. You know what I'm saying? That's when they started putting pressure on him to kind of like step up and make big plays or whatever, saying, as they seen that he had the ability to do it, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So, but yeah, but you know what I'm saying, I got a couple people over here on my TikTok. They're saying, I can't have you come on right now. We're in the middle of an episode. Get back with y'all later on that. But hold on. I got some people. MJ don't give it down for real. It's looking more and more like MJ just a figurehead. That's what my man Wowzer said that was on the show. Then he said, looks to me, he's not making the decision for this team. He's just collecting the check. As a player, Jordan would have never approved or a team like this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, because I wouldn't necessarily see, because I don't think back then MJ was, I think he just wanted people to do their job. You know what I'm saying? The players on the team. He just wanted them to be accountable and do their job. I don't think for him, you know what I mean, if you look at some of the players that MJ had back in the day, some of the players I wouldn't necessarily believe they would be on some of these teams today. And even back then, I don't think all them players would have fit every team back then. You know what I'm saying? You think of Scott Burrell and some of these and all them big men they had, some of the big men they had, would have fit on some of them teams back in the day and even today's time? No. You know what I'm saying? So I just think he just made the best of what he had when it came to certain situations. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we're gonna get off of that. So draft night. Well, no, we ain't gonna get to draft night yet. Let's go to the almighty story of the day. Let's go to Kyrie effing Irving. You know what I'm saying? The gift that keeps on giving. So I ain't even gonna. I'm gonna let y'all start off with this because y'all been talking about this all week. So I want to get y'all opinion. And
I personally just think that Kyrie, man, I don't know if he was going to play basketball or not. I don't blame the Nets for moving on. I just don't blame them, bro. I think you are going to lose KD. Are you willing to hit reset on your complete organization if you're the Nets? I don't know. I have to talk to KD and really beg him to see exactly what he want to play with or who else he want to play with. But I knew Kyrie wasn't going to last in New York, man. This is my opinion. I didn't think he would last.
Okay. Crystal, what's your opinion on this?
The Nets, what the Nets doing makes sense to me. You have to. You just have to, because he hasn't showed that he's dedicated to them. And I would give him a short-term deal. I would actually give him a short-term if it meant keeping KD happy. But I would not give him 4 years. I give him a year, maybe two, maybe 2, and let's see where it goes. But I wouldn't give him anything over 2. I'm not giving him max.
But he won't the max. He already said that he's not taking less than the max.
Right, but that's why you have conversations, though. You know what I'm saying? That's why you sit people down. That's why you have conversations. That's why you hire those PR people around you so that they can persuade people to, you know what I'm saying, do those things. But the Nets ain't wrong. For me, the Nets ain't wrong. So I don't know what else you really want them to do. Because if he sits out again, and especially this, because right now we got, I don't know if y'all follow his Twitter or whatever, but he's tweeting about, where the country's headed. And we know that that's important. They just overturned Roe versus Wade. He had something.
Hold on. Stop. Time out. Who tweeting this?
Kyrie.
Well, yeah, Kyrie has, he's talking about the, to be yourself, and this is the best, just all this stuff. So you just don't know when you know what I'm saying. You just don't know. He's right. Don't wrong. There are things bigger than basketball.
I'm done. I'm good. I'm done because I already know where this is headed. If Kyrie Irving tweeting about what's going on in the world, that means the world got to stop for Kyrie. That means sometime next year, Kyrie gonna need 2 weeks off because he upset because women can't have kids no more. So it's over with. So and no offense to the women, because I agree with them 100%. That's their bodies or whatever. But Kyrie Irving gonna make this about himself, just like he did about the whole thing about the vaccination situation wasn't the fact that he didn't get vaccinated. When he said he was standing for the people, And then people try to look at it like he trying to look at it like he the new Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King would get banged across the head and getting sent to jail too. You still getting a check. These folks you saying that you standing for that basically ain't gonna get paid, ain't gonna be able to keep their job because they're not getting vaccinated. Kyrie Irving wasn't in the same situation. You was not making the same sacrifices as everybody else. You still get $17 million a year. You know what I'm saying? Now you end up losing your Nike deal and all that, all the other stuff in the end. But you know what I'm saying? But you still you cannot put yourself in the same boat as the people unless you was gonna go checklist the whole year like everybody else. Unless you're gonna say, no, y'all keep that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sacrificing with my people. Then no. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't even want to hear that bull jive. But
I do think he gave back to the people though.
He what?
I do think he gave. He's a giver. So I do think he gave him.
I give him that. I give him that. I'm a giver, but he ain't no martyr. It's a difference between being a giver and a martyr. He ain't no martyr. A martyr means you standing with your people 100%. Like you right there with them, what they going through, you going through. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going through the same thing as everybody else. He can't call himself no martyr. You know what I'm saying? So,
but he didn't call himself a martyr.
But
right? He didn't call himself that, right?
He kind of put himself out there like that, like, oh yeah, I'm doing this for my people. Da, da, da. If you're doing this for your people, then you're gonna have to stand all the way out there with us. You know what I'm saying? Don't say you stand doing this for your people unless you will stand all the way out there with us. Because you still getting a check. You might not get the whole 34 million or 35 million you was gonna get, but 17 million is a big check. You still getting something. You know what I'm saying? Most of us ain't I'll put it like this. The people that you say you standing for, the way he said he was standing for, not one of them people could say, you know what? I ain't gonna go to work for half the year, and then I'm just gonna go the other time. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm just gonna say I ain't gonna go because of this doggone vaccine and still have a job. And then you know what? When they call me back, they gonna say, you know what? Just come once a week, or just come every now and then. You know what I'm saying? We know you ain't vaccinated, but just come every now and then. You know what I'm saying? You can do that for us. No, come on now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story. I used to work at Outback years ago when I first started. When we first opened out in my hometown, Southern Pines, North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So we had this one guy. He was basically a functional crackhead. So, but he was an amazing cook. You know what I'm saying? He get in there, man, and I mean, he made that Outback food taste like your grandma cooked it. You know what I'm saying? But he was inconsistent with coming to work. But at the time, the general manager or proprietor, what they call him at Outback, he was kind of like, I guess, felt desperate. So he would allow him to come to work late sometime. When he wouldn't show up, everybody he like, can y'all call him, see what Dan with? Well, I ain't gonna say his name. What's such and such at? And then everybody looking like we all looking around like, why we standing for this? So this went on for at least a couple of months. But it just taught me at the end of the day, when you allow people to do certain things, then you know what I'm saying, it brings everything else down. And that's what happened with the Nets, because it brings the morale down because everybody looking at this. Then you can't function at a normal pace like you need to be because you so dependent on this one person or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? Eventually that he ended up getting fired or whatever. Because I remember one time he didn't come to work. And he said the reason why he didn't come to work because he got kidnapped by some Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's a crazy story. Right? I was like, what? You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at him like, really, dude? You got kidnapped. And they had me and they got me high for 2 days. And then they finally dropped me off. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know what kind of crack you smoking, but I don't want none of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want none of that. If I got Mexicans kidnapping me in my head. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, get back to this. If I wasn't sitting here in my room, hotel room right now in my drawers, I would give up and give the Nets a standing ovation. And the reason why I give them a standing ovation is because I think that I commend them for standing up on their morals. Something the Lakers just refused to do is to say they was wrong, to say they messed up. They want to throw LeBron under the bus. They want to throw Frank Vogel under the bus. They, I'm saying, at the end of the day, the Russell Westbrook conspiracy didn't work. At this point, I believe I would even consider trading AD and try to make that to see what you can get. I'm saying, or whatever. But whatever reason, they trying to stick this experiment out. They lying to the people. They know they're not going to keep Russell Westbrook. And this is what I told Jacob. I think I told somebody else. The whole thing with them saying they're going to keep Russell Westbrook is because they trying to bait it to try to see behind the scenes what they can really get for him. So I think they trying to make it look like, oh yeah, we gonna hold on to him. Because if they put it out like that, please somebody come get him. Then they ain't gonna get what they gonna be able to negotiate if they put it out there like they're desperate to get rid of. So but there's too many smoke signals to let people know they trying to get rid of the man. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? What up, Jacob?
What up?
What's that?
Good morning.
Yeah.
Hey, Jacob.
Yeah.
Hey,
I was just telling everybody. I was telling everybody that if I wasn't in my drawers right now, I would stand up and give them the Nets a standing ovation for standing on their morals, and actually letting the world know that they're not gonna give in to give in to Kyrie Irving bull job.
Oh man, you know what, man? You know what? All I'm gonna say about that Kyrie Irving, man, is, bro, when I heard that Kyrie said that he don't see why he have to pay bills while he on Earth, I know something was wrong with Kyrie, man. I know something was wrong with Kyrie then, man. I said, Vlad said. I said, man, listen, man. We need to get some holy water. We need to get the prayer warriors, because something is wrong with that young fella right there. And then, man, you know, I just hope he go back to a low haircut, man, because that fro got him looking like the old man. He looked like he on tour with Al Green, you know, like loving, you know. So I mean, you know,
yeah, he looks like Uncle Drew.
Uncle
He
Drew.
look like the real. I'm starting to believe. You think you know what? He really started acting like this till he made Uncle Drew. I think he never got out of character.
Hey man, he
never got out of character.
And he said that. He said, man, why should I have to pay bills while I'm on Earth? He's like, that's ridiculous. What? What?
First of all, when they said that he making a big deal about this whole abortion situation and all that, I said, well, there go the season. I said, you know, he about to sit out next year for some odd reason. He gonna be all in his feelings. He gonna say he gonna
he gotta be that voice for people who don't got their voice. But you also got a job to do, Kyrie. And so what are you gonna run for? Some type of office, man? Like maybe you should just quit playing basketball and get in politics, and maybe you should gather the troops to vote for, you know, Uncle President Drew.
Yeah. But see, this is the thing though. And y'all probably heard me say this before. And I've said this to my other friends before. I always said this. Listen, when you get to a certain point and you bring in superstars and you see this ain't working, normally I give it 5 years. Normally. You know what I'm saying? After the 5th year, I'll be like, you know what? Let's break this up. We ain't winning no championship with this. Let's go. But this team, this situation has been a debacle from day one, dang near, whether it's been injuries, whether it's been Kyrie Irving sitting out because he wanted to play an extra day of PlayStation, whatever it's been, I don't know what's in his head. Whether it's doggone James Harden wanting to be stay at the strip club and they had to kick him out the morning of because he stayed in the strip club all night. I don't know what it was. It's Ben Simmons, and I see dead people sitting in the room. He's sitting in the room saying I see dead people. I don't know what it is, but from day one, this has been a straight debacle. So I don't begrudge if they get rid of and make a scratch. If they say, look, you know what? Kevin Durant, just give us every role player you can give us. the Nets, give us whatever you can get, what we can get for Kyrie Irving. I wouldn't be. And then when Ben Simmons said, you know what, I think I could be the leader of this team without Kyrie Irving and without the other two. I said, you know what, before that, I was actually trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, Ben Simmons. But when you said that, that's about as dumb as when Kyrie Irving said, why I got to pay bills. So you know what? I tell you what, here go the door. I'm Mike Martin. Everybody get to step. It's everybody go. That's just the way I look at it.
Man, but Ben Simmons, Kyrie, and KD on the same team, that's called a whole counseling session all the time, bro. Like all three is loony. KD brain can't get no traction cause of the ball spot. Kyrie, he don't feel like he gotta pay bills while he on earth, and he feel every bill passed, every rule he don't have to follow. And just Ben Simmons, he just looked like a little boy that plays on one of them summer camps and just don't know where he going. Like, gotta go this way, that way, this way. Right? I mean, just whole disaster, man. Whole disaster, man. What's up, Steve? What's up, Steve?
What's KB?
What up with you?
Crystal, what's up? KB, why you looking down like you Asian, like you Woj? You looking down like you about to give us a Woj on the way you looking.
Oh, look, man, it's some news going on in Gator country today. So,
I'm like, you damn about that Gator country.
You looking down like you might have some breaking news or something. The way you looking down, you got some breaking news for us.
I might.
Somebody else done decommitted from the Gators. Don't worry about it.
I mean, somebody is, but I can't say it yet. But somebody is though. It's gonna come out next week.
But you know what? It's funny because I pulled up to the gas station yesterday and I seen a sign that said home of Urban Meyer. I said, boy, let me take a picture of this for my boy KB. I said, I got to send this to him. I'm in the middle of Ohio in some little small town in the middle of nowhere. I said, okay, let me go and take this picture because I'm not going to be back over here no more again. So let me go and take this picture.
Did they have a strip club next door?
I ain't seen no strip clubs in here.
I was just saying because Urban Meyer known for tossing it up, boy, and making it rain, man. Hey, man. Trevor Lawrence's wife said he is the most disgusting man that ever could have coached football.
Hey, but he
probably got to hang with James Harden, man. Him and Lemon Pepper Lou. Oh, they'll probably go to the same strip club.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
He get the wins.
James Harden, boy, strip club king.
So we're gonna play a quick commercial for my man, real quick. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. One of the DJs Coalition. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be that long by a little 10-second little commercial. So we'll be right back.
Yeah, buddy. Y'all were tuned in to hating season. But July 2nd starts Savage season. You know what time it is. This is Next Level DJ Coalition. Tune in every Saturday at 11 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern, and 8 p.m. Central. Fix your face.
Yeah.
All right. Big Show Face Radio, one of the DJs, DJ Coalition. Got on radio station. Come on every Saturday night, 11 p.m. But anyway, man, so
Kyrie, fix your face, Kyrie.
I was sitting there watching the draft the other night, and I'm thinking to myself, I was like, hold on, Pablo went first. Now, I'm one of the ones that said Pablo. I thought Pablo was number one to go first. But don't look like that, Steve, because you already know.
I know where we going.
Kind of expectation on a Duke player. See? Ain't Duke players either get hurt or they go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like even that, I mean, like all of them just go crazy from like Jay Will couldn't stay off the motorcycle. He told him to stay off the motorcycle. He messed his career up because he was You know what I mean? Christian Laettner didn't pan out. Bobby Hurley, I think he had some alcohol issues. I mean, we can go on and on. I mean,
but Icon, I will say, if Elton Brand didn't have them injuries, Elton Brand probably would have been a Hall of Famer, bro. Because before them injuries, he was averaging like 20 and 11.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what he says always.
Every player that came out of Duke had Grant Hill could have been top 5 all time. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for injury. So every Duke player that almost came out that especially that was lottery pick type player was supposed to be way better than what they was. Like even Kyrie Irving, you could all the stuff he could accomplish. Kyrie Irving career is supposed to be way better than what it is. Way better.
So Icon, is it that, you know, how is the athletic training at Duke? Everybody stay hurt. How is athletic training, man? Who is the athletic training? Do they get people from the middle school to train these guys, or I mean, I don't know, man. Because
no, they usually hire the best player in the country. Daddy.
He the best player because he's the best person in the country in trouble. No.
I said they usually hire the best player in the country's daddy to just give him a job. That's what they do.
Why, man? And he has
because you want the player to come to your school.
No, man. Hey, man. You know what, Steve? I ain't following you up right now. You must have came down here and stole some of my shine last night because you talking crazy. But how they did it, man? What you gonna how they did to train them for?
They do it all the time in college sport. They do it all the time in college sport. At KB, man, they hire the people daddy. They hire the people uncle. They hire the people close to these kids to try to get these kids to come to these schools. They do it all the time.
Yeah,
which is phony baloney. Which is no.
You better check Hubert Davis staff.
I don't care whose staff it is. It could be Elmer Fudd staff. That's pretty damn stupid.
Hold on, what Hubert Davis staff got to do with it?
He got some of them kids dads on his staff too. Some of those 5 stars y'all just signed this last summer.
Well, maybe
they work for USC.
They dad must actually be training for a living because they ain't getting hurt like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they have a couple of
injury, man. Come on, y'all.
Players don't really matter. Like
Jason Tatum ain't hurt. Jason Tatum ain't been hurt.
But Jason Tatum all in his head. He was talking about, well, I don't know why y'all call me a superstar. I ain't never say I was a superstar.
Jason Tatum, man, look at him, man.
He texting average. Yeah, he got an issue, man. He texting Kobe Bryant.
Average like what? Wait, Steve, he averaged like 6 turnovers a game through the whole finals.
He had 100. He had 100 the whole playoff.
That's sad, man.
Yeah, Kobe came in my dream last night.
Kobe came in your dream and slapped the shit at you and told you to take that wristband off your arm.
I'm like, dude, I knew they was done right then. I was like, this dude.
Kobe, come on, man.
You don't be in the middle of the playoffs telling people I'll be doubting myself. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't know if I'm the man. Like what, bro?
That's that light skin shit. That ain't got nothing to do with Duke. That's that light skin.
And then, man, not only that, Icon, Marcus Smart then wrote a statement up publicly and said that I did my job. That's on Tatum and Brown. Like Marcus Smart, if you don't sit your damn head down,
that was
man,
fake.
get out of here.
I don't think that was real, Jacob. You can't.
That wasn't real.
Yeah, okay.
Come on, man.
Yeah, okay.
It wasn't.
Marcus Smart,
that was
listen,
from a
man.
satire account.
You better believe this right here, man. Marcus Smart will do anything to get the heat off him.
You said that was from what account? What's a satire account?
Huh?
What is that? What is a satire account?
You don't know what satire is? It's like it's a joke. It's fake. It's fake.
Anything to take up for these young players, Chris, you gonna do it.
I ain't know what that was. I'm dead serious. I never heard of that before.
Oh yeah, that's just fake stuff. Like it's funny, but the player really didn't say it.
Yeah, shit.
You sure? Because it could have been one of them KD burner accounts. You know, KD probably gonna start his own
Yeah.
No, like if you read the small writing on the memes or whatever, it'll have Bleacher Report, but it'll spell it incorrectly so that you can't associate with actual Bleacher Report. It'll say satire.
Yeah.
It'll say the Onion. The Onion is a satire paper or whatever. Like it's fake.
There's a troll sports page that get putting up a whole bunch of fake stuff, but it look real. It be looking real. Like they'll make a real graphic for it.
Yeah.
So you telling me in the locker room after all was said and done, ain't nobody blame nobody? Come on, boy, stop it.
No, I didn't
I
say
don't
that.
say that, but Marcus Smart ain't went to no reporter, to nobody that worked for fucking Bleacher Report or anybody and said it's not on me, it's on them. There's no way he said that. Come on now.
Okay then.
Okay. Did he call a team out earlier this week?
I was about to say, he called them out, but I don't think he would go in and throw
We was talking about this weak-minded ass young generation, so
he called him out while taking blame himself, and that he went and talked to them. He not gonna throw them under the bus after the finals and say, "Well, I did what I was supposed to do." Surely he didn't, because we all watched it. So I did what I was supposed to do. They do their part. That don't even make sense.
I get to say, I don't know Marcus Smart was talking about the same person. He wasn't talking about himself in third person, but it wasn't he did. No, Marcus Smart
exactly.
A lot of reasons he lost.
So he definitely played well.
He didn't even play like defensive player of the year.
He didn't. No.
At least if you're not
so I just want to know, what did y'all expect him to do, man? Okay.
Well, Marcus Smart?
He played against the Warriors. So how did y'all think it was going to end? Like, let's be realistic here. How did y'all think it was going to end for him?
I don't think he played. I don't think he played bad or anything. Like it was Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? He coming off pin downs. You got to chase him the whole time. I don't think he did bad, but they needed more from him offensively though. They needed him to score a couple of more baskets though. They did. He had a couple. He had a couple of good ones in there, but they needed more scoring. His defense wasn't bad. Again, you going against Steph Curry, so you got to expect Steph gonna hit you up.
Great.
And Steph ain't no great defensive player, but they wouldn't attacking Steph like they should have, in my opinion. You would have Smart, who is bigger on Steph, and he'd pass the ball up. You would have Al Horford, who is bigger on Steph, and he won't even take him to the hole or try to post him up. So I don't know. I think Marcus Smart, and I don't think offensively that they have a plan beyond him and Jaylen Brown. That's my opinion. I just don't think.
You said take him to a hole or post him up. Well, Steve, that wasn't gonna happen, man. When you got the 7-footer shooting threes like he's at a damn kickball camp or something like that, man. He don't want to go get dirty, so he's just gonna stay out and shoot threes. So of course he wasn't gonna take him to the hole or back him down. Like, here we go again. I think they bailed the Warriors out every time they did that. You got Steph on a mismatch in the hole, and you pass the ball up. Like, why is Al Horford passing the ball up when he's got his back to the basket and got Steph Curry on him? Why are you passing? I don't know. Maybe we should call and ask him, did he feel dumb that play, or did you have a dumb moment?
This is what I want to say about the coaching in the NBA. Coaches are supposed to be leaders, right? Everybody agree. Coach is the leader of these. They supposed to be the head dog of the team. Okay, so why we got so many followers in the NBA? And what I mean by that is that for some odd reason, and Charles Barkley not right a lot of time. Charles Barkley said a lot of crazy stuff. But there's one thing to Charles Barkley that irks him and it irks me. Why are you putting a big man on a shooter? When they switch out, don't never let your big man switch out on your guard. Too many times, Robert Williams, Al Horford was left on an island trying to guard Steph Curry, trying to guard Clay. And they're gonna come barbecue chicken, they're gonna come fried fish, they're gonna come whatever you want to call them. That's what they're gonna be out there. So I at the end of the day, I don't care if it's Marcus Smart, I don't care if it's Jaylen Brown, I don't care if it's Jason Tatum, whoever you want, one of them little guards, no matter what happened, y'all do not let yourselves get pulled out off the play when it's come to guarding at least Steph Curry. Do not let
But
yourself get pulled away.
But they switched everything off.
But you can't not get it. That's the whole point. That's why you can't not. If I get picked, you can't go under the pick because they're shooters, correct? So you can't go under it. So you got to go over it. Now you're chasing him if we don't switch. Okay, chase Steph Curry into the paint. He's scoring. He's scoring or he's getting fouled. You gotta switch it, which is why they try to get players, which is why what's my man from Utah, which is why he has a problem because he can't go out. Al Horford typically and Robert Williams can usually guard that person, not literally every play, but they can guard that player on the switch. That's why you get players that are versatile enough to be able to do that. That's why people try to get their rosters to be able to do that. So you can switch, so that you can go, because you can't go under a pick on Steph Curry. You can't.
That's okay. You gonna light up
every time you go under the pick.
But my thing is, it's not just to go. It's not just this series. If you watch most of these series, you watch most of these games, every NBA team does this. Every NBA team allow a big man, and most of the team don't be doing all these curls and picking and all that stuff like Golden State do. And a lot of the teams, they do that. And a lot of times it be laziness. They just automatically switch out and then just allow the other player to come up and guard when they ain't got no business guard. You know what I'm saying? Even with
I think like Chris said, you got so many good shooters in the league now. You can't go under them like that.
You can't. That's why they do it. That's why my offense is to do that. It's to get you to switch. And even Cleveland did it. Remember that Tristan Thompson used to be out on Steph on that switch. That's why the Warriors run that. But the reason why they switch it, and the reason why you get a player that's supposed to be somewhat can move his feet lateral and challenge the play, which that's what a lot of them do a lot of times. Like, what are you supposed to do?
As soon as you get picked, then you get back into play and had that big man roll back to his play. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, otherwise, a lot of the time they have time to switch back, but they just don't. You know what I'm saying? But they be having time to switch back on their man if they really wanted to. So if you gotta fight over or fight under when even if you get knocked off the play, you get back, especially when you talking about a Steph or a Dame, certain players.
You can't fight under.
Yeah, you go under that.
You can't fight under. You can't go under the pick. Marcus Smart told y'all in the first game when he was wired or whatever. He told you can't do that. It's certain teams you cannot do that against.
I agree. You don't go under the pick. If you know you got to go over the top, then go over the top. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
you know what I'm saying? You pin.
Okay.
You're gonna risk that and one on that 3-point shot.
Exactly. But okay.
As soon as you fight over, he already in shoot motion, and you're gonna hit him. Like it's so that's why the Warriors so tough.
You don't gotta jump into the man. You gotta jump into the man.
But you coming over that big screen from that big ass Mooney or whatever his name is, Looney. That dude big. You can't just go through him or go around him. Like they have players set up for a reason.
Exactly.
Bro, they wasn't even contesting Steph, bro. It's a lot of shots that Steph hit, man. Man, listen, man.
Probably because they were trying to go up 3. But
for them to be rated the best defensive team in the league, I ain't see that.
Maybe he's just the best.
Y'all missing my point.
Too.
What you got, Icon?
I say I'm missing my point. I didn't just say Golden State. I said every team in the league does this now. Like drive Charles Barkley crazy because he's like, and it's a lot of time it's not even like a thing of it's not even about strategic. It's just automatically they just do it. Like as soon as they man get knocked off the ball, they just automatically just let the big man just get stuck. You know what I'm saying? And they don't even try to fight back into the play. You know what I'm saying? A lot of time the player don't even be ready set up to shoot the ball. He just get locked in, and next thing you know, the player looking like, oh shoot, I got this big rumbling, tumbling dude in front of me. I got such and such in front of me. Oh, let me make a play. Because you know what I'm saying? It don't even be necessarily set up for him to shoot the ball. Like Steph Curry is always set up for him to get a shot off or Clay to get a shot off. But a lot of teams, it just be one of the things where they switching out because they got screened off, but they still thinking that the player that was guarding them going to be in front of them. Next, you know, they got this big old big man in front of them. They can't, you know what I'm saying? They know they can't guard them. Now all of a sudden they crossing them up and getting a shot off or whatever. So, you know what I mean? But that's my only thing is that everybody don't have to follow the same blueprint on defense. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got it. And it had worked for them all year long. Like Boston had went on the best run break. So what they had been doing was working. But I think Steve Curry just made the adjustment after game one. And they never rebounded after that.
Yeah, I mean, but if you look at I get what you're saying. But other than Tyler Hero and maybe Jimmy Butler getting streaky, but he's not necessarily a 3-point shooter, who on Miami Heat really was gonna put fear in your heart where you knew you weren't gonna get away with that? Like you could get away with it against Miami.
They
nobody
streaky,
on Miami going.
They streaky, yeah, they streaky. Yeah, Miami hit 25 threes, and then that game come back and hit 10. So yeah, I'm with you.
They knew Miami. They could get away with it with Miami. They knew that. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. I don't think even though Boston went 7 games, in my mind, I just never felt like Boston really feared Miami. It just they played down to Miami. It's almost like they played down to Miami. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Like they got caught up in it because they was better than Miami. But
Miami will make you do that though. Miami one of them vet teams that they'll get in your head and get you, especially a young team like the Celtics. They'll get you to play down. So that ain't hard for Boston. Miami to do. So.
And what I'm gonna say, in my personal opinion, that I can probably 90% out of 100% say if Chris Middleton was healthy, that Boston would have won that series.
I probably agree with that. I agree with that. Because I think the main thing with Boston too, and what Golden State had over Boston more than anything, was the mental understanding of what to do when things got a little off. Like Golden State knew how to get back into a game. Golden State knew how to adjust. Well, Boston seemed like they got more rattled, and that's why I think why they made a lot of mistakes, like turning the ball over and things like that, and missing free throws, missing assignments.
Head coach.
They turned the ball over to Miami.
Yeah, because they didn't understand the moment. But I think they got away with Miami because Miami, talent-wise, wasn't on their level, so they got away because they was more talented than Miami. But I just think against Golden State showed why they was champions. And if you watch Steph Curry's body language, he never acted like their body language never, to me, almost like they was playing with Boston. Like, you know how you play ball with your kid and you let them get up and then you can come and walk them down. That's kind of how Golden State seemed to play. They just always seemed like they was in control of their emotions, control of the situation. Huh?
But
I say
Draymond didn't either.
Yeah. I just know this right here. I just know during that whole series, I come, y'all, man. Klay Thompson just looked like he was the lonely child that really never get picked on the court. You know what I mean? Klay looked horrible, like on every type level, man. Like back in the day when you say I got next, people like, no, you don't. You play on that court.
I don't know if he played that bad, but
come on, he played that bad.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What was his average doing? How many points did he average during the finals? Since he didn't play that bad, Steve O, Mr. George, everything. How many points he average?
Probably about 10 or 11.
No.
I think he averaged more than that.
During the finals? Ain't no way, man.
Look it up.
Ain't no way.
I'm almost positive he did. It's probably like 15. It's probably
15.
Right.
My thing was, but I said this for the beginning of the season. I said,
hold up, before you say that. And Bubba say, what's the dude named Bubba?
Yeah, Bubba Dove.
Klay Thompson, you trash. Get your ass out of here. You trash. You got to go.
He averaged 17.
That's exactly what I told y'all.
Or on the playoffs.
In playoffs. Oh, the finals. I'm sorry. The finals.
They must have been a quiet 17, man, because his 17 wasn't impactful or they didn't matter at all.
But game 4 they did, though.
Game 5 was it game 4, game 5, he kind of went off a little bit.
Yeah.
What,
you know what I'm saying?
What I can tell you, if you take Wiggins away from the whole equation, they wouldn't win.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But when you take him away, you got to replace him with somebody, though.
So, yeah, Klay Thompson had 25 game 2. He had 21 game 4. The other games he had, game 1 he had 11. Game 2 he had 25. Game 3 he had 18. Game 4 he had 21. Game 5 he had 12.
Like I said, they were impactful as they normally would be, because normally when Klay would get off before the injury, you know when he get off.
But those games where he had those 11
they
points,
won the games he went
18,
off. Though.
I'm about to say they won those games. Steph had 40, 38, and some. What else he had?
Game 4, he had Steph had 16, and Clay's that was his most impactful game. Was that 4 or 5? I don't know which one it was.
4.
But it was 4.
Game 4.
Yeah. Okay. He didn't have but one really big impactful game.
He didn't have two. Klay scored. Steph scored 29, 31, 43, 16, and 34. He ain't have to.
So speaking of Golden State, who y'all think Wiggins going to? Because I don't think Golden State can offer him the max deal as well.
I think he'll go to the highest bidder. At this point, he just needs to get paid.
He's not a free agent.
Hold on. Let me see.
Wiggins still on the contract.
Poole is the free agent, right? Is Poole the free agent?
He asked for a max deal. That's what I'm telling you.
He what?
He asked for a max deal.
Who? Andrew Wiggins?
Yeah, Andrew Wiggins, man. What you mean? Who out? Yeah, Andrew Wiggins.
Stop this.
No, he said he wanted to stay with him.
No.
Stop what, Icon? I mean, the man asked for a max deal. What do you want me to do? The man just came off a championship. The man just came off a championship. Then he asked for a max deal, man. Like, hey, man, everybody get paid, and that man want to get paid too.
He already proved he can't be the best player on the worst team in the NBA. He already proved that. We already know what Andrew Wiggins is. Andrew Wiggins is third or fourth best player on your team at best. He start talking about them.
Hold up. Andrew Wiggins getting a bag this year. Andrew Wiggins he got $31 million this year. He getting $33 million next year, and then he'll be a free agent.
He don't need no max deal. No.
So he'll be 30. He'll be 30 years old by the time he get from the Warriors, unless they trade him.
No, he'll be 28. He still got time. He'll be 27, 22,
I don't care if he 24.
I'm saying when you just said he got 3 more years, right? He's 27 right now.
He got one more.
Oh, he got one more. Okay. I thought you said 3 more. My bad.
He got one more.
He'll be 24. We can say what we want to say about Andrew Wiggins, man. He just came off a ship. You know, he asked for the bag. And he one of the only players in the league that play defense all the time.
No, stop this. He already proved he can't beat him. If you can't beat a man in Minnesota, then what we doing? No.
Who wants to be the man in Minnesota? Are you serious, man? Are you serious, man? Minnesota, that's not even a market where you can be the man.
Giving him a max deal doesn't make him the man wherever he goes. So what does that mean?
So you
Minnesota seems pretty good this year, in my opinion.
The team ain't going to expect him to be the number one
good this year.
Minnesota did make the playoffs.
Okay.
KB, what did you say?
So what do you want to cookie, KB, because they made the playoffs?
I said they look pretty good this year.
Oh yeah.
But that's my point. Okay, so we could look at Anthony Edwards and tell Anthony Edwards can be the man. He can run a team. You know what I'm saying? He can be that guy. Andrew Wiggins was there in the same team. Well, he pretty much had the same players around him at the time he was there, and he couldn't show up every night. He couldn't elevate them every night. So that's my whole point. So if you put him on a team, well, all of a sudden he got to be the man again. Because if you give a man max dollars, then you ain't gonna expect him to be the third best player on the team or the fourth best player on the team with max dollars. They're gonna expect him to be the guy. Period. That's the way the NBA go. You know what I'm saying? So
I disagree.
No. He better stay around 25, 30 million, and he good. He don't need no 44. He don't need no 40 million. He don't know.
I do agree with that, but being Max, he can still be the third, at least the third. If everybody they back to trying to make trios, so you're telling me that Wiggins couldn't go to, I don't know, Clippers and get, just anywhere and be the third best player on the team? Because that's what he is now. He's third best on the Warriors, and I understand Warriors may be an anomaly, but just because you get doesn't mean you're the best player on the team, though.
But see, that's another thing too. Everybody not paying that kind of, like, they kind of seen the blueprint of you. Everybody gonna play the third best player that kind of money. Like, everybody kind of seeing it's not really working like it's supposed to. Like you know what I'm saying. First of all, when LeBron and Dwayne and Chris Bosh did it, they took a little bit of a haircut on their salaries for that. So all of them wasn't making max money. You know what I'm saying? They got more money now. Say you put them with
cap bigger.
They got more money.
The cap is bigger now. They got a bigger TV max.
Go back to Big Three. But do you want to go back to Big Three where you paying everybody max money? Because if you go to, let's say you go into the Clippers got 2 max players. So now you're gonna get a third max player in Andrew Wiggins. Now you can't fill in your roster. Like, if you look at the Clippers roster, if Paul George and Kawhi stay on the court, they actually a real threat. That's really the problem. It's not the fact that they don't need nobody else. They just need to stay healthy. Them two need to stay healthy. Really, to be honest with you, it ain't really got to do with nobody else.
But the Warriors, the reason they got the money is because they draft these guys. Like, they're not just making trades all crazy. Like, they homegrown, so they gonna be cheaper for a few years. You know what I'm saying? Before they sign that contract. And Wiggins, even if he goes somewhere else, unless he's playing with 2 guys who shoot the three way heavy like Steph and Clay does, he ain't gonna be able to get off how he does. He benefits because everybody has to go out to the 3-point line. He ain't gonna be able to drive to the lane and be that other guy that allows him to do or maybe take that extra shot. So no matter where he go, he could be a third player. But if it ain't 2 players ahead of him shooting the 3 all damn game, then it don't matter.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't think Max. I mean, yeah, he probably get it, like Jacob was saying, because he was All-Star game, because he was top in defense. So his if you call it, his production on the court warrants him to get that kind of money. But at the end of the day, I don't know if I was a team, if he like, let's just say he the third best player coming in. What would max money look like? Because I'm not going to pay him 35-40 million as a third best player or whatever. Now, and if you asking him to be the number 1 guy, you going if you ain't Minnesota, you about to be looking like Minnesota, Sacramento. You about to be in the lottery every year again if he your best player. I tell you that. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't I wouldn't do it. Nope.
I said he ain't giving it to him. Period.
Number 1. Huh?
I thought I said he ain't paying.
I don't care. No. I'm not as a number 1. And I'm saying I dang sure ain't paying on no 35-40 million as number 3.
Well, he making 33 right now. He made 30. He gonna make 38 next year.
I'm saying. So that means when you get a max money, it's gonna be at least 35 million. Because normally,
so he did. He got a max. So they're saying here that he did get a max. He got a rookie max extension when he signed his contract. He got a 5-year, $147 million. That was in 2000. Right? Yep.
Well, I seen a report where before Poole got their money, it was a report that said that even Shannon Skip talked about it, that both of them guys gonna want the max deal, because they come off a championship run, and they like normally when somebody come off a championship run, they want to renegotiate and they want their max deal. You know what I mean?
He's not free until next year though. But the man been making ever since 2018 when he came in. The man been making 25 mil, 27 mil, 29 mil, 31. He gonna make 33 next year. He ain't taking too big of a pay cut. I'm gonna tell you that now.
I know he ain't taking no pay cut, but I'm just saying I ain't talking about from his standpoint. Get your bread if you can get it. I'm talking about from the other side. I would pay him that.
Michael Jordan give it to him.
Michael Jordan get everybody. Michael Jordan be giving them. He'll go down to the YMCA and get a player You know what I'm saying? And get him 35 million. Michael
Yeah,
Jordan, I don't know what
when KD goes to Portland, he'll go there.
Who?
KD
Hey, you know what, Ken? I think that could possibly happen. I think that could possibly. I ain't gonna say it will happen, but I mean, stranger things have happened in NBA.
True.
Right. And then Wiggins can do
I wouldn't be shocked.
I don't think KD want to go out west. I don't think KD want to go west. I think
Why not? Why not?
He just said that he'd be open to go back to the Warriors.
I don't know what he said, but he ain't went. I mean, back to the Warriors? Oh, that's different. You're not facing them. I don't think he wants to face them in the playoff series.
I don't think he cares.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't think he cares.
That post he put the other day, he said, y'all forgot about who I am. He's like, y'all been looking at these last 3-4 years. He said,
right, he said that.
I've been doing this, and I've been doing this.
Yeah, he said that. Yeah. He said, y'all treat me like like I'm a 6-year veteran.
That what he said?
He said, go look at my resume. I've been doing this.
So let me ask you guys this. Can KD be your number one to win a championship?
Yes.
No, he can't.
He can, but even on the Nets, like, look, he played part-time with Kyrie. Then he played with an overweight, unmotivated, lazy Harden. So, I mean, at the end of the day, he didn't play full-time. When he did play full-time, they was unstoppable. So
if Harden could be your number one, KD can be your number one.
Yeah, KD is still top 5 player in this league.
But he said, can you win with him?
I don't know if you can win a ship with KD though, man. KD can be your number one, but to actually win a ship with him, that remains to be seen. Yes, he won a couple of ships, but that was with teams that was already built and proven.
That was a one team. He still took Oklahoma to the finals when Westbrook was doing well. Then he left. Where he go after that?
He went to the Warriors.
He got there. Was the best player on the court when he was there. And then he went to the Nets to try to do it again. But COVID happened. Kyrie went part-time, and Harden just was.
So you telling me that KD was the best player on the floor when he was at Golden State at all times?
Yes.
No.
Okay with saying
in certain games he was, but not at all times he was not.
No, maybe not for 82 games, but the playoffs where it matters, absolutely.
Yeah, he was the best player on the court.
Yes.
We're not talking about a Thursday night against Memphis Grizzlies. Who cares? We talking about playoffs. When it comes to these players, we talking about performance in the playoffs.
But again, Ken, I really just don't think, man, that KD
when has he played with anybody on his side that was good? Like when has he had
Okay. So when you say win the finals, let me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask all of you a question now. Back when LeBron played for Cleveland, and that team that he listen, man, and that team that he took to the finals where they lost to the Spurs, KD couldn't have got that team to the finals, bro.
Talking about Ilgauskas, Ricky Davis, and all them guys.
Yeah, he don't have killer instinct. He has to be with somebody else to win.
What?
KD has to have multiple superstars on his team to win.
No,
that's my point.
You see what he did to the Milwaukee Bucks? His foot was just too big.
Yeah, all right.
What are you talking about? If his foot was a half inch behind, they would have went to the damn finals.
No, they would.
But
you're missing the whole point, man.
If you look at KD's career, it's always been an excuse as some reason why he didn't get to that next step, like get back to the Western Conference Finals or the NBA Finals. When they blew the 3-1 lead, it was Russell Westbrook's fault. Whenever another year happened,
I never heard it. I never heard that.
You never heard what?
That when they blew the 3-1 lead, that it was Russ's fault. No, I've never heard anybody blame Russell for that.
I heard several people say that. They've always blamed Russ for everything in OKC.
Everything on that team.
No, I never heard. I heard Harden get more of the blame, but I've never heard him say.
But even
see, I've never heard them say the 3-1 lead was blown because of Russ. I've never heard that until you.
Yeah, that's the first time I ain't never heard that one.
Just trying to talk about this. You never heard Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp talk about this all
It's
the
like,
time.
I was just y'all don't listen to sports radio if you ain't never heard that.
You never heard that. That's always been the blame.
I've heard it being Kevin Durant along with them, but never just like it's Russ' fault. I've never heard
it was because Russ took too many shots and he thought he was better than Kevin Durant. That was the whole thing.
And might I add, Icon, not because KD missed two different times he missed 5 free throws. The other time he missed 6 free throws in the clutch when it mattered.
But even then, that's like nobody's saying like he's the best player in the world. We're just saying you would start a team. Like I guarantee if they did a fantasy draft, he would be a top 5 pick.
He can't what I'm saying. He can't put a team on his back and take him to the finals and win. He can't do that, bro.
Okay.
And then
it's remains.
Nobody
can individually do it.
Who has ever?
It remains to be seen, bro.
Nobody ever
doing it now. Like
LeBron was scoring 50, almost 50 points, 40 points against Golden State, and still lost in the finals. Like you can't do it by yourself.
That's why I always go against that whole notion, that narrative that they say KD outplayed LeBron. No, he didn't. You know what I'm saying? He just made the final shots in them games. But if you watch them series, LeBron was putting up buckets. He was doing his thing. He didn't have no help, especially in that last one when he was basically playing with us out there. When he was on there,
you said us. Did you say playing with us?
Then when he was playing with us in the last finals against Golden State, you know what I'm saying? That and he was still putting up buckets. You know what I'm saying? And then J.R. Smith made that dumb move. Let me know. He out there on the court high.
He was 17, man.
That's what I'm saying. This whole narrative that KD played LeBron, he did not play LeBron. You know what I'm saying? He was the best on his team. He played LeBron in that series.
Yeah.
No, he did not.
He did.
If you look at
their numbers were close. Like if you go look at their numbers, they were really close. Right?
All these people
if he hit it, if he hits even the fourth when the game is close with LeBron on you, then you have to give the edge to KD. Whether you want, I'm a huge LeBron fan, but if the numbers, we both scored 30, but you get 32 and the last 2 you hit puts you up with 3 seconds left, you outplayed me. You just did.
Okay,
the one shot I did not play you.
Let's just say
one shot don't make a person outplay you.
Which finals are we talking about? I just want to make sure.
That got to be 2017. That got to be 17.
Yeah, I'm talking about the last, the 17 final. Either one, but either one. What I'm saying is this: let's just say Cleveland would have walked into that series, the 2 series against them, where he had his full throttle, where he had the team that was in 16. Let's basically say the team they won in 16. Let's just say they would have walked in the series.
He did in 17. He did,
especially on that last run. And you're gonna tell me that a lot of them games wouldn't have been closer and that they would have had a legit chance to win? You know what I'm saying?
You talking about 18? Are you talking about 18? 18, he didn't have Kyrie. 17, he did have Kyrie.
Kevin Love was hurt the first one. Kevin Love was hurt the first one, I think. The first one to get
Kevin Love was hurt in 2015.
Yeah, Kevin Love. I'm looking at this.
So hard keeping up all these finals from LeBron. Goodness gracious.
So what?
It's so hard keeping up all these finals appearances by LeBron.
Well, LeBron been to every final, bro. I'm telling you. But no, serious. 17 is the final for the Warriors. The Warriors won against the Cleveland Cavaliers, Game 5. But KD. So you want to talk about points with KD? Let me see what KD got. Kevin Durant average.
What's the number across the board? What's the stats across the board for both players?
I got you. Kevin Durant. I'm sorry, Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant averaged, let me go over to this per game, 35 a game, 5.4 assists a game, 1 steal and 1 block, and 8 rebounds.
Okay.
35. All right, let me go to LeBron. Yeah, crazy. LeBron, bro. LeBron averaged 33 a game, 12 rebounds a game, 10 assists.
Triple-double.
The average
outplayed.
Okay. I mean, what did you say? Can you repeat that for the people sitting on the back of the church pew? Wow.
That man, he averaged a triple double. LeBron did, no? He averaged 33, 12, and 10.
Once again, LeBron James was the best player in every category on his team, but he got outplayed by Kevin Durant.
Yeah, but
He's
really?
guarding Kevin Durant. You see,
Really on anything.
big shots Kevin Durant hit.
that Kevin Durant was different, though. That Kevin Durant was a little different.
And,
No,
and
that Kevin Durant. No, that Kevin
No,
Durant.
man.
That Kevin Durant was finally allowed to play one-on-one basketball.
It-
That was the first
exactly.
time to where
Exactly.
he had everybody he one-on-one by himself. And LeBron, who you gonna pick? Pick KD, pick Steph. Remember, Clay was going ham. Remember, Clay was-
Exactly. I agree
So who
100%.
you got to pick your poison, fam.
It was
But
no
for
way for
LeBron-
LeBron to win. It was
Even
no way for
Draymond
LeBron
said
to
it was-
win.
even Draymond and Tyronn Lue admitted they was double teaming Steph. They was allowing KD to get off. They pretty
Yeah.
much double team Steph.
That was crazy.
Even Tyronn Lue did that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
That's crazy that you have to do that.
Right?
And that's why, like KB said, he was allowed to go one-on-one. He hit big
but
shots
he didn't
over
outplay
him.
LeBron. He might have won. He did his thing and he made the clutch shots, but he didn't outplay LeBron. He didn't outplay
Okay,
LeBron. in
well,
that series.
okay, we'll go with that. But okay,
You know what I'm saying? I give you, he made every clock. He made the clutch shots when they needed to make them, but he didn't outplay them. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. But anyway, let's go back to the draft.
Yeah,
real quick.
Kevin Love averaged 16, 11. And Kevin Love averaged a double-double. Kyrie averaged 29 a game that series, too. That was crazy.
if they got a Wiggins or Harrison Barnes, the Cleveland Cavaliers win that. I believe they win that that
Oh.
finals.
He
Oh,
always
yeah,
does it with
because
two. All LeBron needs is one guy to score. That is it. Let him get two, and it ain't even a game.
Yeah. I mean, he had Kevin Love averaging six. It's such a big jump off in that series. You got LeBron James averaging 33. You got Kyrie Irving averaging 29. And then next person close to 16 with Kevin Love. Like
You
that.
might have needed 20. You might have needed somebody who could give you 20.
If you got
Exactly.
if J.R. Smith could have been, matter of fact, look at this. I'm looking. J.R. Smith averaged 11. Richard Jefferson was the third leading. Come on, man, behind LeBron. You got Richard Jefferson as your third leading scorer.
And none
Behind.
of them were
Because
consistent.
by that time,
Every
J.R.
game,
Smith was washed. By the time they got to that series, he was washed.
Yeah, he was.
J.R. Smith was
And
washed.
then you got
He was washed.
Tristan Thompson. Tristan Thompson ain't giving you nothing. He ain't even giving you rebounds like he's supposed to.
LeBron got him $80 million now.
Sure did.
For him to average 5 and 5,
85, I think.
he averaged 5 and 5, bro.
The LeBron effect.
He worried about 10,000 a month child support. He getting 80 million. And he worried about $80 million.
And he gets
No,
somebody
go,
a check.
you know what? Tristan Thompson, you go ahead and give that lady her money now. That way you ain't got to worry about it.
Exactly. Don't pay her up front, man.
You're going to pay her up front. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to worry about $10,000 a month. You know, really, you ain't even supposed to get that. You lucky. You any other team, you'd have got about 20 million. You
$10,000 a month for the next 18 years. Now, wait a minute. Hold on now, Icon. Let's not sell that short. Shit.
Well, you know what? I heard somebody say, who was this that said it? They was doing an interview, and they said what you could do is you could start a trust. You could put that money in the trust, pay a person
And
up
it'll
front,
interest. Yep.
and then at the end, at the 18 years, you get that money back.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
You can live off
money.
You can probably live off the interest. You put 10,000 in the bank interest, you could probably make anywhere from $500 to $1,000 monthly just off that 10,000 alone. So yeah, you can recoup some of it.
That's what I'm saying. So you maybe what you do is you put whatever you gonna have to pay. You put maybe half of that up front in the child support, and then what you say off the interest, then you pay them off the interest.
Yeah, you can live off there are IRA accounts right now that'll pay somebody 25-30% back every year. So you got there's some investment.
You put that go call up Tristan Thompson, tell him you help him out.
Hey man, I work in fraud. No? I just know a little bit.
It don't matter. You know how it works. Don't call Tristan up and tell you. Matter of fact, you call up a lot of these dumbass basketball players and these athletes and stuff who get mad because they knock a chick up, they don't want to pay child support. You know what I'm saying? Go and tell them you help them out. You show them how to pay the child
I ain't gonna get into it, but with this new ruling that they put out there yesterday, that basketball situation that became a whole lot more complicated when you talking about athletes, babies, and
They can fly them anywhere they need to.
Yeah, I was just about to say that they can take them anywhere they want to.
You're right.
That's not a rich person problem.
You're right. You absolutely right. You're right.
Exactly.
1,000%. You're right. You're right.
That's that dope boy in the neighborhood who don't want to jimmy up. That's his problem. That's that dude problem. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. You might never mind. So
hey man, listen. Hey, listen, man. That child support ain't real. I got a homeboy right now, work a regular 9 to 5, man, and he paid $12.82 a month
For one kid?
for 2 kids.
Oh man, I can't blame him for that. A child gonna cost you anywhere from $4 to $750 a month. A child gonna cost you anywhere from $400 to $800 a month. So
how much? You said how much?
A child gonna
cost
$400 to $800. A regular person anywhere from $400 to $800 a month.
Yeah,
that's true.
You say he paid $12.82 a month.
My homeboys pay $12.82 a month.
Woo!
For how per kid?
Yeah, two kids.
Two
Together.
kids.
Oh, I mean, if you make it, then yeah.
He must got a good job.
Yeah, man. He a store manager for Publix, but he a regional store manager.
All of
But he got he got like 27 stores up under him.
Oh yeah, that's $12.82.
Yeah, they're gonna take a
That
percentage.
ain't nothing to him, then.
That ain't nothing to
He
him.
need to stop crying. He better not be crying about that.
No,
That's a deal.
Shoot.
But this is my thing. This is why he complains. He don't complain like just a little bit. He said, "Man, I got a good job. She got a good job. She's a pediatrician nurse." He said so, but then yet my children are telling me that they ain't got this, that, and the third. But I pay almost $1,300 a month. How does that work?
You gotta say the receipts. When them kids grow up and say, "Well, I didn't get this, and this," I'm saying, "Well, here go my receipt."
Did you say kids lie?
Kids lie.
Did you say, man, no, that help ain't doing what you're supposed to do?
No, kids lie. Let me tell you, my son will tell you that he don't get what he want. He'll say, "I ain't got this." Meanwhile, I got a PlayStation, tablet, computer, backyard, trampoline, big trips, but you don't get one thing, then I don't get nothing. Kids over there,
listen, y'all.
They don't know no better.
Listen real quick. I just seen a post on Instagram. They saying I'm to see if this came from Damian Lillard, but I think it came from a reputable thing because I think it came from like one of those sites I'll be looking at all the time. But it said at Kings, at Nets King or whatever Kingdom. So I guess it's one of their sites. But it showed Kevin Durant and Damian Lillard. They saying to Damian Lillard posted this off of his like Twitter or whatever.
Yeah,
showing them together in the Portland uniform.
Yeah, he recruited.
But see, Dame's stupid. Dame is dumb as all outside. Dame is dumber than a bag of rocks on a Sunday day. And I'm gonna tell you why, bro. Dame, bro, don't nobody want to come to damn Portland, man. What is in Portland, man? Like, don't nobody want to put on a cowboy hat and ride down the Oregon Trail? Like they really don't, man. Don't nobody want to go down Portland, man. Go somewhere else, bro, where you can have potential win a championship. You ain't Clyde. You know what I mean? You ain't playing with Robert, Jerome Kersey and Duckworth and all them players. Like Portland had a run with that Blazers team, and they still come win.
You know why? Hold on. You know why he don't say important? Their personal income tax is one of the lowest in the nation. This man, paying 1.5% on every million that he getting. Whereas you go to anywhere else, I ain't saying this a whole lot, but I'm not saying this is the only reason. But I've heard a lot of players say that makes a difference. Like California has no income tax. Texas, why you think Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, anybody California? Yeah, California.
It ain't California.
California
No,
got
it's
a
not
huge.
California. Ooh, California got the
It's
highest.
Florida.
Sorry,
It's
sorry.
Florida.
Florida
Florida
don't
and
have it.
Texas.
Texas.
Yeah, it's Florida
It's
and
one-
Texas.
it's one-
Texas, we ain't got none.
Yeah, they don't have no income tax. That's why Jared can get everybody. So yeah, that make a difference, man. That make a
A lot
huge
of these
difference.
players, a lot of these players are like that. They because half they check. That means half they check is gonna be
Tax.
untaxed.
So yeah, I think
I
that
mean,
makes.
I understand, but he's never going to get nobody to come out. Don't nobody want to go and play for Portland, man. You go out there in Portland, man. Get the hell out of here, man. Bye, Dame. Shut the front door. Bye. Get out of here.
I kind of slightly disagree, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Portland got history. Though.
Because-
That's
Okay. You can disagree whatever floats your boat.
reason
Speak on.
No, why I'm saying that is because if you got Dame, you got KD. Not to say he a major player, but he'll contribute. He can be a third role in Jeremy Grant. So they got these three players.
Yeah.
Some of these other players, let's say, I'm gonna come out there for a minimum to play for 1 year to see if we can win a championship. So you may get certain players, certain veterans that are coming. Not to say they're gonna sit down and do no 4-year deal because ain't nobody want to play in Oregon. I've been in Oregon, ain't nothing out there. But if you out there for 1 year, rent a house for a year to go play under these circumstances, I think you can get players to come out there under them circumstances. You know what I'm saying? For a 1 or 2 year run to try to get a title. You know what I'm saying? I think because that's what because you got to think in Cleveland.
I mean, okay.
Nobody wanted to go to Cleveland, but when LeBron came back, he was able to get certain players to come out there to play 4
And
years.
still ain't nobody go to damn Cleveland, man. What you mean?
I mean, he got the
And
players
still
he
ain't nobody
wanted.
go. You got one player that had standout stats at another team, and that's Kevin Love. Who else LeBron had besides nerd football players? People that play kickball all day, and people that use color books at 6 o'clock in the evening. Like he ain't had nobody else.
Okay. Let me ask you this, Jacob. Let me ask you this. Do you think do you think Jeremy Grant is a third option?
What?
Do you think Jeremy Grant is a third option? A third or fourth? Third or fourth? Do you think he's a third or fourth option?
He's third,
Right?
but
So
it depends. He's only third when he plays to his potential. But when he lollygag, he's fourth.
Well, shit, we say that about everybody.
so let's just say he playing with Dame Dollar, he playing with Kevin Durant, and then he's third player. So you don't think he gonna have opportunities to step his game up to be like an Andrew Wiggins? And then the other players that you get that LeBron needed, he didn't need other superstar players. He got Richard Jefferson, he got J.R. Smith when he was kind of still like at the end of his prime or whatever. So he got other players to come in. Kyle Korver, he got players that came in and contributed to what he needed at the time. So what I'm saying is, I understand what you're saying about Portland being what it is, but what I'm saying is when other players see, okay, they got a potential to do something over there, then certain veteran players,
Okay.
PJ jump on everybody bandwagon. Look at PJ, he jump on everybody.
So, bullethead Richard Jefferson. Okay, man. So Richard averaged about 12 and a half, 13, something like that.
In his career,
he made enough big plays did enough during that playoff time, doing them runs to kind of contribute. Like I said, you don't need all your players to come in and average 20 points. You just need certain players to do certain things at a certain time.
But LeBron really ain't had like the only person he had of magnitude that really give him that get up and go is when he played with Al Green, little brother Kyrie. You know what I mean?
What about D-Wade?
So what he's saying
I'm talking about in Cleveland. I'm talking about in Cleveland.
Okay, I got you. My bad.
If you get KD to come to Portland, you'll get the other small pieces that you need to come and do 1 or 2 years for you, like a Kyle Korver, just somebody who can hit the open three, because you need that. If you get KD to come, you can get the other smaller pieces, because you only need them to do certain things at certain times. You only need a Richard Jefferson to do, you know what I'm saying, play defense and hit that open three when the ball kick out to you. Go in there and get a rebound or whatever. You can get type players for $5 million to play, because now we got a championship. We got a chance to win a championship. It don't matter where we at. It don't matter if we in Cleveland or we in Portland. I'm gonna go and do it for 1 or 2 years because I got to win a championship. If KD comes, then the rest we can figure out.
I think a PJ Tucker will go play with KD for a minimum pay. Somebody like that. You can get
you need
PJ Tucker
Tucker.
anywhere. He just hits himself on everybody bandwagon. Anybody?
Yeah, cause
if you
seen the reports on him, PJ Tucker might be going to Philly.
Right,
yeah,
but he does. You bring him for
Philly now. He's talking about going to Philly now.
You bring him,
you know what I'm saying?
If he scores, then that's great. But he's strictly there to be a leading scorer. That's it.
Yep. And then hit that corner three.
That's all he's gonna do.
That's all he's gonna do and hit that corner three. He'll go in there and get a hard rebound.
Every now and then he'll hit it. Every now and then.
Yeah.
But
you ain't got what you said
anyway. And also what you said too, Crystal, when you said, and you got to think too, you can't bring in major other contracts anyway. So once you get past that big three, everybody else gonna be making either you got two, and then everybody's
I'm asking each of y'all this, Icon. So for you in Portland, everybody is a coach, and if you got the money to do it, who's your big three in Portland? Icon, you go first and just go around the board, and I'll go last. Who is your big three in Portland if you're creating that yourself as a GM or as a coach?
A realistic one, or we just say anybody we can
No. We're talking about realistic. We're talking about somebody that can help them win, and so somebody can help Portland get TV time. Because I only see Portland on TV 3 times out of every 5 years.
You know what I'm saying? If you put Kevin Durant on Portland, they're gonna be on on TV every night like the Lakers. They're gonna be on TV. Everybody gonna see TV.
I got a 3 for you. I got a 3.
Go in order, KB.
Oh, order. Okay.
Icon gotta go first.
I'm trying to understand the question. So what you mean? Like
it's simple, Icon. Pick your big three for Portland. Do it from a GM standpoint of view, and it's got to be really realistic. That's it.
Okay, but this is keeping like Dame Dollar in the situation, right?
Yeah, of course.
So is this Dame Dollar and Kevin Durant somebody else, or Dame Dollar and then 2 other people?
Dame Dollar and whoever you want.
Dame Dollar, Kevin Durant, and one more person.
Okay, so if you say Dame Dollar, Kevin Durant, if I say big three, I would actually say at this point I would say LeBron, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because Dame Dollar can play off the ball. Kevin Durant don't need a lot of shots to get shots off. So Bron can be your point guard and facilitate for them two, and they'll win automatically. You know what I'm saying?
I don't see how that would work contract wise though. Who you giving up to get LeBron? Because I ain't
saying all that. You ain't used that.
He said realistic. Realistically,
he said
you can make anything work realistic. You can make anything work realistic.
Realistic or whatever.
What you mean? They had Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, all making, you know what I'm saying, $30 million a year at the time. And they made that work. You can make anything work if you really wanted to. We always act like the NBA can't. The NBA always like the government. They like to say they don't got no money.
But I heard
AD and Westbrook.
But you can make that work. But you don't have a basketball genius like a Pat Riley in Portland. So how can you make it work?
You don't need to. You got LeBron. Everybody know he the coach.
There you go.
He ain't coaching no KD. KD ain't going for that.
The GM. He tripping.
First of all, KD don't know how to lead his own self. KD gonna do he'll follow. KD don't know how to lead his own self. Because KD the same person talking about, I ain't gonna get in the negotiations. I'm gonna let Kyrie figure it out. You always trying to goat yourself, always trying to like pull yourself out the situation. You created this mess. I was saying I ain't got nothing to do with it. Okay, whatever.
What did he create?
He created this whole team.
Crystal, is this what you gonna tell me? If there was no Kyrie, KD would not be there, man. Like,
wait,
so I'm saying what I'm saying is he decided to go He's outside. I don't care what they say about Kyrie Irving told him to come over there. KD, you supposed to be the guy. You said, let me know you don't think for yourself because you decided to go to Brooklyn with this man. And then you were the one and went in the front office and begged them to bring James Harden in. Kyrie Irving, the way they were saying at the time, reported Kyrie Irving really didn't co-sign. He didn't really want. He didn't say he
didn't want to play
James
with him, right?
Exactly. That's why I think they had ended up having issues at the end of the day. That was and then when it all blew up the way it did, KD the type of person you could see him with a chick and he'd be like, nah, we just cool, we just friends, and he really in love with her. So at the end of the day, I don't be the same person who could constantly tell I just want to play basketball. Okay, if you just want to play basketball,
and you know I'm that person that tell KD, man, don't worry about what they're saying about you. Drink your bootleg, bro.
Exactly.
It's gonna ease the pain, but you drink your bootleg, bro.
Exactly.
Steve. Drink the shine, man. Just don't worry about what they say. Block it out. Just drink the shine, man.
Yeah, so that's my thing. At the end of the day, KD keep talking about, I just want to play basketball. Okay, you play basketball, don't ask for a trade then. If Kyrie ever walk out that door, you and Crazy Boy over there, then send them to play together.
Because what you gotta believe is this. And the Lakers talking about Kyrie might come to Lakers, but the Lakers gotta believe in this. Anytime something go on with the government that he don't like, he ain't coming to practice. He gonna be gone for 2 weeks somewhere over in the Czech Republic. You know, like we don't know where he be at, bro.
Yeah, California mask and COVID laws are way tougher than you thought.
I heard.
And not just that. As soon as they have an earthquake, he don't like, man, I can't come out the house, man. You know, I don't know what's going on. The earthquakes, man.
The moons and the stars are not aligned for him to play. He gonna say the moons and the stars are not aligned for him to play today.
Yeah, listen, man. We're gonna slide off the
boy, though, man. Don't talk about Crystal Boy like that, man. Don't talk about her boy like that, man. Kyrie just described me as a person that didn't get to play with the red crayon when he was little, man. He just never got over it. Why can't I color with red? Why? Did you see? I was here first. Kyrie, don't act like you have to share what?
Yeah, man. Y'all crazy.
Hey, so Steve, what's your team, man? Like you got KD, Dame, and who else?
Give me KD, Dame. Give me Dame and
back.
Give me
Gator news, man. I gotta keep the people informed.
Man, I'm telling y'all what he be over there doing. The man be on Twitter going at Miami fans. That's all day long.
Why though?
No, I'm gonna tell you what it is.
Leave my people alone. Leave my people alone.
I'll tell you what it is. I get up there, I talk about my Gators, right? So they have a thing on Twitter called Twitter Spaces, where you get on there, it's like Clubhouse. So I got invited into a Miami Hurricanes room one time, and they started asking questions about football, and I was giving them answers. And the more I went in there, I would either shut them up or we get into a back and forth, but I would hold my ground against like 50 other folks just talking trash. So now with stuff going on recruiting, anytime something happens, I get all of Miami Hurricanes flood my timeline. So I just take my time to respond. But right now I'm just waiting because it's a lot of we're in a bidding war with Miami about a player, and I'm just keeping the people informed.
Hey, man, back to this NBA, man. So you said that you would want KD, Dame, LeBron, and Steve. You say who you would want. I'm trying to let this make sense.
I got you.
On how you gonna bring a championship to Portland.
We got KD, we got Dame, and if I can sneak out of Bradley Beal, I'll take it.
That's what
okay.
I'm gonna pick.
Okay. All right,
I want Bradley Beal in the A, or I'll take DeJounte Murray in the A too. But one of them two guys.
That's what I was going to pick.
I can feel Bradley Beal. I can feel Bradley Beal out there.
He ain't coming today, bro.
No, I'm talking. I can feel him. I can feel him. I can see him. I can see him in a Portland situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
But see, the only thing about it is Dame is not a what you call a true playmaker. So now you got three guys that all need to get their shot off. So that's why I said Bron, because Bron is more more known to pass the ball, facilitate. Well, you got three players, all of them got to shoot.
But Dame has never had an opportunity to not be the guy that has to shoot 80 times a game. He's never
so you think at this point in his career he's 30, what, 31, 32? You think at this point
I think the same way they did it. I think the same way they did it in Miami. Like I don't see him having, because remember Dame is scoring like 50 points, 48. Like I don't think he wouldn't mind coming down to 36 points a game. You know what I'm saying? Like 35 points a game instead of having to score 50. Like you just don't have to, and your shot is easier. So you can pull up from half court still, because now it's 1-on-1. You can make that move because Bradley Beal right there. But
if you watch Dame game, Dame when he comes down, it's either pull up or it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's just maybe a regular pass. It ain't like I'm gonna dribble and then do some stuff and then I'm gonna throw it and dish it off to the wide open man. It's either he ain't flashy at all.
But he doesn't have to.
He's just gonna pass it to. It's gonna be like a brand play. You know what I'm saying?
But he doesn't have to. They can make that easy pass because Bill and KD are both can ISO you to death. So it's not like they have to do a lot. Like you literally just give them the ball. Everybody get out the way, and KD do what he do. Come down, Bradley Beal. Everybody get out the way. If you dare to double team them, we're gonna swing it around, and then a guy I can be in the paint and score 15 points playing with them guys, and you know what I'm saying. So anybody that's down there can put up a couple shots in the paint if it's open. So it's just like playing with Golden State. Like you see how they swing the ball around, make moves, and if
you swing that move around, bang, 3 points.
So
I like it. I don't like it because the only why I say I don't like it is because the one thing about I give Nets credit for this. For the little time they played together when all three was on the court, Harden, Durant, and Kyrie Irving. Harden was the one that made no sacrifice as far as actually playing like a true point guard. And even in Houston, he had the capabilities of making those point guard type facilitation type plays. That's why he averaged 11, 12 assists a game at some points in his career. So he already had it in him. What I'm saying about Dame is basically a two guard masking as a point. He's never really been as a one. And Bradley Beal is not, his ball handling skills or whatever is not really set up like that. So that's why I'm saying like that. I think that would be harder to adjust overall for them three than say, than another guy who could play more like a point guard. I just don't think Dame Dollar is in him to play like that because he normally just come down and shoot from 50 or whatever. They either go in or it don't. You know what I'm saying? That's the way he plays. That's the only thing.
So we don't really care about how he plays. What I care about, KD, Dame, and Ken, who is your final pick to put with them? Who's gonna make sense?
I was gonna put Bradley Beal, not just for the on court, but the contract wise, because you're getting Bradley Beal in a free agent contract, so you can convince him to take probably a little something cheaper. KD coming over, you can probably have him, do a little 2-1 or whatever, however they want to finesse it. So the money wise is going to make sense. The marketing process of it is going to make sense for the team. And offensively, KD's played on a team where there's two other prime scorers. So I think he's fine with that. I think Bradley Beal's been looking to play with other people who can score. I think, like you say, Icon, I think the biggest challenge for them would probably be Dame running more of a traditional point guard. But I think that he can. It's just one of those things where he's never been asked to or never had to professionally because he ain't ever had nobody to pass the ball to. So it's like I think Kobe could have did it if he wanted to, but he just ain't never have to. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't.
Because him and CJ McCollum took turns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Him and
I was just about to say that, KD. Like he has CJ McCollum has been reported, well, he's trying to recruit Dame to come to New Orleans. But I knew that ain't gonna work though. But yeah, he been in Dame here.
Well, maybe him and Zion. If Zion can stay healthy, I think Zion's the top 10.
You see Zion new sneakers?
Yeah, I seen him, bro. Yeah.
Them lows look good. Them voodoo joints, them things.
Oh, man, I got bro on me, bro. I ain't really like the
lows.
maybe a different color, maybe a different colorway will be on me. But them colors that he brought out, bro.
I ain't even talking about that. Have y'all seen how he's changed his physique?
Nah,
I ain't worried about that.
Nah.
That shit, he go to Popeyes a few times. That shit will change tomorrow. So we can talk about
man.
it.
There you go, ready to throw the man under the bus already. Still, you know, man, that's some
Georgia
Georgia.
player. I ain't throwing him under the
Georgia player.
He a Duke
I
player.
get excited if Zion start being a sponsor for a salad company.
You said what?
If Zion start being a sponsor for a salad company, then I get excited about his weight.
Okay, man, but that's a problem for me, man. That's a problem. I mean,
What's the problem?
Our people act like we don't want the man to come back and do great. Like Papa down the road, Papa John's down the road. Get out of here, man.
So you don't want? So you got a problem with what Kyrie doing, but you okay with Zion?
I didn't say that, bro.
What the hell
I asked you, have you seen it? I didn't say that. Stop putting words in my mouth, Georgia. Like y'all Georgia people always do. Stop it.
I'm asking a question.
So I said that. Have you guys seen that man physique on how he's been able to get in the gym and turn his physique around?
What if I told you it was Photoshop? What if I told you it was Photoshop?
Hold on, bro. You didn't say Jacob. Of course, people gonna say that. I don't know what Photoshop, and I don't know.
We don't know until we see him on camera.
This is play style. That man.
We did see him on camera. He was playing with the locals.
That was
I saw that. I saw him. He looking like old Zion, but he's still 255, 260 jumping up. What is it? It ain't like he got down to 120, 180.
He's always been that way, man. Like, bro, I think Zion
for real.
I think Zion plays AAU ball, bro. Zion always been a big kid, bro. Always, man.
Exactly.
Right. He get down to 180. He look like a bobblehead, though. You know, he can't get down. He get down to 180. He look like a bobblehead. He gonna like your cousin the first time you see him out there that had.
Man, listen, man.
And he got that big head in that little body. And you be like, dang, bro, you look good.
His frame structure is not made to be no skinny, fragile ass dude.
I got you, but you ain't got to look like Hamburger either, my nigga.
Can we just come to the realization that Zion isn't going to be the new Sean Kemp? He's just going to be another guy who had a bunch of highlight dunks at some time in his life and just move on.
So you mean to tell me? That you're going to write him off already? Okay, fine. I ain't gonna talk about it no more. I ain't gonna talk about it no more.
I go the same way I felt in college. I think he just does some cool dunks every once in a while. And
you gotta get to dieting right, bro. That's something that's completely personal. That's something that nobody else has.
That's not what I asked you. Did you see his physique? And the first thing you say, Popeye's down the road, bro. Like, not like you said, bro. No, I ain't see it yet, man. He looks sharp. Like you ain't say nothing. You ain't trying to give the man no props, no leeway.
Is it because he's
because I ain't seen it.
If food is your issue, and then you stay in New Orleans and food is your problem, I'm with KB, man. I mean with Steve. I got to see him in the regular season.
I got to see
your issue. If that's your, that just is like that'd be like if you're an alcoholic and every time you walk down the street you don't see nothing but bars, then it's a problem. So I just got to see it all the way through.
Okay, man. I tell you what, man.
I'm rooting.
Y'all is lucky we're on this podcast because I got some choice words. I promise you.
Listen, I'm a Duke fan. You know I want.
Man, I don't care, man. Crystal, you want
that's another problem.
Who else you got?
Nobody from Duke. I don't care nobody from Duke. That's
I
another
could care
problem.
less. I mean, I hope he does good.
No.
As a young black man, I hope he's successful.
There you go. There we go.
At the end of the day,
throw that card in here.
at the end of the day, I don't think.
We ain't talking about no young black man. We talking about sports, right?
I think Zion.
Every time you talk about sports, he's not young and black. Oh my!
I don't think Zion is.
Yeah, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is we about to get no political.
You know, man, y'all make me sick to my damn stomach, man. You know
All
what?
he does is jump high. That's
Y'all
it.
get on my nerves, man.
His jumper's ugly.
All I'm saying, he from Duke.
And he
What
grabs
player
rebounds.
from Duke
That's
have we
it.
been able to trust over the last 20 years? He from Duke. It don't matter. He from Duke. Hey
man, hey.
What does he do other than
all
jump
these
high?
players gonna disappoint you at some point.
He
They
got
all
one
gonna do
move.
it.
All I'm gonna tell you is this right here, man.
Like,
Like,
and that's it. That's all he does.
many of you didn't know who he was. So I can't. Did you know who he was before he went to Duke? I did.
He from Salute, man.
But I'm telling you,
No.
what I'm
No,
telling
he
you,
from no
he's not.
Salute.
Oh, I thought
Nah,
he from
nah,
somewhere.
nah. But I seen him play AAU basketball though.
Okay,
I seen him play AAU basketball.
The dude is huge.
Ask me a question,
6'8", 6'9".
My bad, Crystal. My bad. I thought he was from Salute. My bad.
See,
Yeah, he's a big
you trying to be funny. Whatever you have in your system, I need it so I can sell it.
Why wouldn't he look special?
Yeah, you that bad for me.
16, at 16, he's 6'7", 6'8", 250 pounds, jumping over all the other kids who's 5'9" in the gym. You want to look special. And he did it 1 year against Duke, where he's just grabbing the ball from people and dunking. And he played like he playing some black Air Forces. He gets the league. He played 10 games. And he's just sitting down.
Hey man, look, hey, you know what? It's 10:06, man. Listen, man, y'all talking this nonsense, man. Y'all talking this nonsense.
Wait.
Did you see the video when he had to play against that kid after math test? He was like, I took a math test, and the next thing I had to do was guard Zion. Come on, fam.
Bro, y'all, man, you know what, man? I just hate I ever brought it up. You know what? I can't even talk to y'all, man. I'd rather talk to Skip Bayless than talk to y'all, man.
Oh, man.
Am I wrong? Am I lying?
Let Crystal get her big three, man. I want to hear what Crystal got for Dame, man. Let Crystal get her big three, man.
Oh, God. I actually would pick the same. I mean, I would pick Bill and what you call him too, but because Jeremy Grant is already on the team,
you got to include him, right?
The one person I would add, if I could, would be a KD. If I could add a KD, and then just you got Ben McLemore to be able to hit a three on that team. You got Eric Bledsoe, which I understand he ain't whatever, but he can do backup point guard work. I get what you're saying about Dame Lillard, but he still averaged 7 assists without, having a lot of pieces. CJ McCollum, and I know he don't really set the plays up, so to speak, but like in a way, neither does Steph Curry. But yet, and I'm not saying Dame is Steph, but I'm just saying, like, I think you can still run a system.
Well, they got Draymond for that.
I understand that, but if I'm looking at that position or somebody else to have the ball, if it's KD, then I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay. KD makes plays too for other players. I'm not saying like Draymond, but I'm just saying he's obviously a way better scorer in everything, everything else.
If you take LeBron out, then I don't mind the Bradley Beal situation. I just don't know if it's conducive to winning a championship. It may be a good.
Why are we talking about LeBron with Portland, man? Like, no, man. We don't need to talk about LeBron with Portland, man. No, man. No, that actually makes no sense.
You're talking about Zion, and he played one half of a season.
We're not gonna put LeBron with Portland. No, we're not. We're not gonna do that.
Put Zion out there in Portland.
Oh, yeah.
No, we're not gonna do that. Well, this is my three.
It ain't nothing to eat in Portland. He might need to go to Portland because there ain't nothing to eat out there. Okay. Oh, he gonna take in Portland. Put him in Portland, Seattle. He gonna lose one weight.
Okay. I mean, have it your way, but you know, I know not to bring up certain topics on this show right here. I know not to bring up certain topics on this show. You know,
you because Atlanta, it's over with. His career over with.
Y'all clown, man. Y'all clown.
Yeah, we got
all you can do is going
so many chicken wings
and
my big three in Portland is anyway. My big three in Portland is I'm gonna take Dame, I'm gonna take KD, and I'll take the young man that played for Utah. Huh?
Mitchell or Rudy Gobert?
Not Rudy.
Oh, okay.
The guard.
If you don't know his name, you can't pick him.
Mitchell.
I can guard Shaq. No, anybody taking Mr. I can guard Shaq. No.
You say what? Hey, let me tell you something, man. You is rough on people, bro. Like you is rough on people, man. Like you don't like Mitchell, you don't like Tatum, you don't like this person, you don't like that person, man. So what? Who do you like in the NBA?
What Rudy Gobert? Talking about he can guard Shaq. When Shaq was 12, because you ain't guard Shaq when in his prime. I'm telling you that.
I ain't saying about Rudy Gobert. I wouldn't give a damn what he do, man. He can go jump on the Mayflower. I don't care what he do.
No, I'm just saying you even brought his name up. Like Rudy Gobert as your third best player. Please. Okay, you can be just like you was in Utah. Out in the second round every year.
You might as well keep CJ McCollum.
Say what now?
You get Spider Mitchell, you might as well keep CJ McCollum.
Nah.
Yeah, him and Spider wouldn't be no different than him and CJ. I agree.
Well,
yeah, I don't know. Down Mitchell kind of overrated to me. I don't know. He kind of overrated.
Here we go. Everybody overrated you. Everybody be overrated you.
I mean, you gonna have to be a third player. I mean,
there you go, man.
But I don't get excited about it.
I mean, you don't get excited about nothing that go to the NBA.
I do. I mean, I said Bradley Beal. I'm cool with it. I just Bradley Beal. I like that. I like that. Yeah.
Why you like Bradley Beal? Why?
Because I like Bradley Beal play defense, and Bradley Beal he can shoot. He got range, so he
out there in Washington. Out there in Washington, he can.
Hey, what?
Out there where he in Washington, he can, bro. Bradley Beal, Bradley Beal, the man.
You talking down on Bradley Beal?
In that conference, he may be the man, but he's nothing spectacular.
If
you're talking down on Bradley Beal and trying to puff up Zion,
I already have.
That's not what I said, bro. I say to me, bro. To me, like I haven't seen him enough I haven't seen him play enough to judge on him.
So you're watching him?
No, Bradley.
Oh, Bradley. Oh.
Yeah, I don't see him enough because they only on TV maybe 2.5 times. Like I don't and I don't got no NBA ticket, so NBA pass, whatever you want to call it.
That's no big bro. He averaged 25.
Not just
okay,
that,
okay, I can look up his stats all day, but if I haven't seen him play, then I can't place judge to my liking on him.
You ain't seen Zion play. Okay. He played in
JB, man, you got jokes, man. So I mean, I ain't following you up, man, because you probably ain't been to church in the last 5 years. I'm praying for you.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. This is one thing you need to know. This is all you need to know about Bradley Beal. Anybody who could at least make it to play a game playing with Russell Westbrook as your second best player, I'm with you. I'm riding with you. So I'm gonna give you Bradley Beal. What's funny about people that watch NBA, these people weren't saying that about Russell Westbrook 4 or 5 years ago. All of a sudden, everybody got an opinion. Yeah.
But he fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
I
don't call him falling off a cliff, man. He lost a step, bro. He's older, man. Like he's older.
Okay, so just because you're older,
he's not 21 anymore. Like that's common sense. What y'all got? Brain parts?
So he blind too.
Hold on.
He blind too because he hitting backboards. So and all
Like-
that, he can't even hit the rim. He hitting the backboard. He hitting.
So how
he
come
ain't hitting the back.
everybody else can evolve their game? As Kobe get older, he loses his ability to go to the basket. He learned how to shoot better. Why everybody else can develop their game as they get older? Even Derrick Rose ain't even the same player, but he more effective than goddamn Russell Westbrook. And he
Yeah, I think Derrick Rose over Westbrook.
So this is you telling me this one horrible season with the Lakers. This one horrible season with, let me finish, dang it. This one horrible season with the Lakers determines Russell Westbrook's whole career. Is that what you're saying?
No, we never said that. He's a top 25 player. The man averaged a triple-double for 2-3 seasons. But now when he gets,
you be dogging him like he did jack shit.
Let me finish. But now when he gets beside LeBron, the GOAT, we start to, and now we get to see him every day. Like you said, we ain't see Westbrook in Washington. We ain't see Westbrook in Houston. Oh, now we get to see him every Thursday, and we see this nigga can't do nothing.
But turn the ball over.
Because he's playing beside LeBron.
Inside the backboard.
If you look at his turnovers,
I just want to know. So we see how Russell Westbrook turned the ball over, but in a finals appearance, we see how Jason Tatum turned the ball over. So they're not one and the same.
No, because Russell Westbrook has been what Jason Tatum was 15 years ago. That was his first finals. Russell Westbrook went to his first finals within the first 3-4 years of him being in the league and never got any better. I believe Jason Tatum will get better off of this.
I do not.
Did you not see the? Did you
No,
not see the Kobe
you
photo?
know why?
That's a good
Because
point.
I think the spirit of Kobe has came down and slapped the shit out of him for wearing that wristband, and he's not gonna get no better.
I think he gonna get better. Only way he gonna get better because he from Duke. You know, Duke players gonna mess it up. They gonna mess it up. So
Man, I don't want to talk about Duke. We talking about NBA. Don't nobody care about no. We talking about NBA. Nobody care about Duke, man. Like
Man,
you and Steve have to stop this Duke and North Carolina rivalry, man. Like this can't go on all year, bro. Because it can't go on all year, man. Like it's nerve wracking, man. I don't care about that, man. We're talking about the NBA. We got to stay on topic, man. Like Duke, North Carolina. Who cares, man?
Hey, I'm just telling you, bro. I'm just telling you what I
Hey
see.
man, we got our opinion, man. We deeply rooted in where we come from. You know, I
Man,
understand.
you ain't from. Hey, listen, bro. You ain't from Duke. And,
No. I'm a coach K for that.
and listen, man. And Coach K ain't your God, daddy. So you from Georgia? Should you be a Georgia Tech or a Georgia Bulldogs fan on everything?
Don't you ever disrespect me and say Georgia Tech like that.
Hey, man.
Man, he can't be Georgia Tech fan. Georgia Tech ain't been relevant since like 1995. So it wouldn't even be a conversation. We wouldn't even have a conversation. That'd be the shortest conversation.
What Jason was saying. Russell Westbrook.
A Georgia Tech Carolina discussion would be like having that was as bad as that doggone versus the other night.
I'm
Like,
saying,
I don't know
Jacob,
who
shouldn't you
put
be
that
Clemson or
Georgia-
USC?
Yeah, right.
You said what now?
Shouldn't you be Clemson or
Whoever-
USC for basketball?
No.
Who?
No.
Jacob should
Because
be
when
a Gamecocks fan.
what?
Clemson.
Hey, Steve, if you ever disrespect me and mention that to me again, bro, like I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do when I come down to Georgia. Don't you ever associate me with no Lane Cox.
Yeah,
That's South Carolina.
Clemson
You're
is
a South
like a
Carolina
JUCO
guy,
team
ain't
in the ACC.
Yeah, I'm a Clemson Tiger. That's it, bro.
But why they not your basketball team?
No.
Because they're a JUCO team in ACC. They not a real team. They
Yeah,
just
but
there.
like, cause I've been watching North Carolina basketball since I was like 7, 8 years old, bro.
I mean, you've been
Have
watching.
you ever watched Clemson play basketball? Clemson is a JUCO team. Some of these JUCO teams could be Clemson on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Like,
Clemson is a football school. That's it.
put it to you like this. My man,
Football and baseball. That's all, bro.
Travel team,
Just stick with
that
football.
team
I
could
don't
be
want to say
Clemson.
baseball. Stick with football.
Yeah, baseball too, bro.
Nah.
Yeah, they good
Steve,
at
got
football.
KB.
Yeah. If you,
You know, my man
I don't watch the undercard games. I only watch the big boys in baseball.
Okay.
No, KB.
Well, you definitely ain't watching Florida games in baseball.
Sorry, I'm sorry. When the last ring Clemson got? Because we got one recently.
Yeah, but
Go ahead, Icon.
I guarantee you that Clemson baseball put more athletes in NBL. Yeah, believe that.
MLB. I about to say, I don't know what the NBL
You know what I
is.
mean. You know what I mean. Don't play with me, boy.
Listen, man, we done went way over.
Man,
We over
every time I
time,
come on
man.
Sports Center, it's a Gator hitting a home run.
Gator.
Yeah, a
Man.
Gator hitting a home run in the major league.
It ain't
That's
nothing.
me, though.
It ain't nothing good in Gator country, man. But Urban Meyer coming to get y'all playing, take y'all to the script club so he can show them how to toss it up. That's all.
It brings championships. I take it.
Yeah,
that
okay.
30 about to be popping.
The Gators bought some championships. We know.
Yeah, of course. You saying it like
Yeah.
it's a bad thing.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It's football season coming up. Jacob,
Yeah, man.
You ain't gonna be ready.
Jacob attacking everybody's team. He done went all
You
over.
ain't gonna be ready because this is what I do know about you, Kate. This is what I do know about you and Steve, and I'm gonna call y'all out right now. As soon as y'all team don't win, somebody call y'all. Y'all ain't gonna pick up the phone.
I'm a Raiders fan.
Yeah. Y'all ain't gonna pick up the phone. Y'all gonna be high, drooling. You know.
He don't know.
Ever since you met me, Georgia ain't lost a game.
Say what?
Ever since you done met me,
Georgia
Bulldogs ain't lost a game.
Let me tell you.
Man, okay, but that's gonna change this year. Believe that.
Look, I joined the show about like week 13 in the NFL. It was about like playoff time. No, we starting from the fresh, starting from preseason training camp. I'm comfortable. I'm in my space. Jake,
I want you to be in your space.
It's about to be mad
and you know
at
what?
me.
I want all the smoke.
California. I'm gonna go.
I
to the
want all the
practice
smoke.
field.
Well, I got this time right here beside me. We're gonna be sipping real good.
I'm gonna show you Zeke Gut hanging out at the ice cream parlor down the street. I'm gonna show you that doing his little twist and shout. Oh, it's on CD Lamb just sitting in the corner eating pretzels. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you.
Hey man, I just want you to have that. Do me a favor. Just do me one good favor. I want you to have that same energy, man. I want you to
when y'all go 8-9.
Hold on, real quick. I had a conversation with an Eagles, Cowboy and Eagles fan yesterday, right? And they asked me, "Who do you think gonna win, Steve? You know you watching. Who do you think the Cowboys?" I said, "Well, have the Cowboys got any better this offseason at all? Have Washington got better? Yeah, they got Carson Wentz. They got deep little player. Has Philly got better? Yeah." Everybody got better but Dallas. I don't see how y'all so confident.
That's what you think, Steve? That's what you think? You know, if I want to tie with God, I tell you to go to hell, but still go to hell. I got to repent today.
Who did they get to make them better?
Bro, y'all ain't getting better.
What did they do to
y'all
make
let go of Amari Cooper?
Hey, you know what? This is scheduled for another programming.
You right. Let's get back to the
get them talking points.
We'll get you on toe-to-toe. We'll get you on the show Saturday.
Y'all don't want me on toe-to-toe.
Tell us how Emmett got busy back in the day.
Yeah, Emmett got busy, but that's the only really player that Florida can really say got busy and is legendary. Ain't nobody else on y'all team come from Florida legendary like that but Emmett. That's it.
We got one in Pittsburgh that still get busy. Well, I don't know. Did he leave? Joe Hayden? I think he done.
Nah, he a free agent, bro.
Dang, he a free agent. Yeah,
Joe Hayden,
he can make the Cowboys.
Joe Hayden.
Joe Hayden be hurt like every fourth game. Don't he be hurt?
Nah, he keep playing. I mean,
he been known to lift off. He been known to lift off.
And then we know we got linemen up and down the thing. We got some linebackers. I mean, look.
Yeah. The Florida.
Let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask both KB and Steve a question. Let me ask everybody a question real quick before we get off of here. I was watching this documentary last night with the Virginia when they was number 1 in 1990 and Georgia Tech knocked them off. And I realized I didn't realize what they hit. Virginia had some heat, but I remember their number 1 receiver was Herman Moore. And I said, you know what? I forgot all about him. What do y'all think about Herman Moore? Like Herman, because he got the NFL, he got busy a little bit too. So
he did.
He got busy for about 10, 11 years. He got busy for about good 10, 11 years for real.
Yeah.
I think Herman Moore should be a Hall of Famer, man. Because if you look up his stats, yeah,
because he playing in Detroit, right?
yeah, he
Yeah,
played
he
Detroit.
Or Detroit.
UVA used to have UVA.
Yeah. He played with Barry.
Had guys.
Okay. Yeah.
Ron Davis.
I'm shocked.
Man,
NFL crazy. Oh, he's not in the Hall of Fame. Damn.
No, he in the Hall of Fame.
Bro, you know who not in the Hall of
boys
Fame?
get busy.
Zach Martin not in the Hall of Zach Thomas not in the Hall of Fame.
That's true too. Yeah.
And his numbers and Brian Urlacher put his numbers next to Zach Martin and Ray Lewis, and Zach Martin had better numbers than both of them. I was like, that's
All right, so I got something for you for Herman Moore. He played 146 games, right? He had 670 receptions, 9,174 yards, and 62 touchdowns. So he averaged 92 yards a game.
That's probably why, because he was on that sorry Detroit Lions team. It's probably hard to get in the Hall of Fame when you play with a team like that.
Yeah.
Most of your career.
They just gave Megatron that one.
And then like what I don't like about Detroit is Detroit try to hold you down, man. Like yes sir, master. You know, like they just try to hold you in there and won't let you out your contract, man. Man, that's damn modern day slavery, man.
That's
Yeah.
Hey.
But he only had 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. He had 4 receivers. He only had 4 years of
is that crazy dude to get that fine chick that give him some, and then he be like, "Girl, you ain't going nowhere." You know what I'm saying? Or, I'm breaking up. You ain't breaking up till I say we break up. That's what Detroit is.
Hey, listen, man, like you see how they did Barry, they did Megatron. Like Megatron's whole career ended because of Detroit, bro.
I mean, but
I was Detroit. I do the same thing, bro. I'd be like, no,
out of there.
We ain't going nowhere.
I'm not resigning nothing. I don't care tag nothing. I'm gone.
You say what, bro?
I'm not re-signing nothing if I'm in Detroit. I'm gone. I'll get you draft me. I'm there for my little 3-4. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 5 if I'm a first round guy. I'm gone after that. I don't care what you offer me.
Yeah, NFL don't let you leave like that. Ask Deshaun Watson. You can't just go peacefully.
Right. You gotta just shut up and do your time and get out. When you can't.
We gotta talk about that. We gotta talk about that.
Yeah, they are.
Man, I don't want to talk about Deshaun Watson no more.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about that no more, man.
Yeah, you got
I don't want to talk about that situation no more.
Well, the hearings start tomorrow, so he's gonna.
I don't care. Yeah, and Steve, and it starts tomorrow. And I know that you were posting in the group, so I know firsthand what's going on.
Oh no,
the world got to know. We need to let the world know because they come to us for
KB, you don't know nobody, man. You been in them house too much. You don't know no damn body.
They come to us and they be like, man,
you don't know no damn body, man.
See, don't they be coming to us and be like, what y'all think, man?
Man, you don't know no damn body, man.
Hey, no, bro, when it comes to football, bro, I told you yesterday, I'm at a memorial. We did a balloon release for a guy in our high school, and bro, everybody yesterday, man, what you think about this and this? And I had the toe-to-toe shirt on. So, everybody coming up to me, talking about the show, talking about the podcast. Guys want to get on. I got a few guests that we're going to bring on, guys that played a few HBCUs.
So hold up. That's all in good, please. That's all in good. I'm glad, bro, that you was there representing. But I just got to ask you one thing, Steve, man.
What?
I just got to ask you one thing, man. Why you ain't had no Atlanta Braves fans on toe-to-toe yet?
Can we do football?
Man, you just can't limit it, man. You got to do everything, man.
No,
so
man,
that's
why we got 910.
Yeah, we do 910 for that. We only do football on toe-to-toe, man. And I have brought in a couple of local coaches. I got Bobby Rainey, the former Ravens running back and high school coach, coming on in 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Come on, Will. Do your college show? Toe-to-toe?
Yeah, toe-to-toe. Mm-hmm. We got Bobby Rainey.
So, man, it don't specifically say that on y'all flyer only football. So the reason I asked this question because people have brought up like, oh man, do they do?
No.
I don't know what to tell them. So since y'all only do football,
Tell
We
them
might
watch
expand
910.
out Sunday, but yeah, we just you want
Tell them watch 910 if they want other sports.
They just do college football.
Okay,
Yeah, that was
okay.
the whole. That was
Okay,
that's
but
the whole
that's
thing. That's why
that's real.
make it a separate
That's
show.
real discriminatory. But okay, I'll tell them that.
discriminatory.
Yeah,
To the minute. Hold
yeah,
on.
yeah. You can't just have a sports show and just not. Come on, bro. Like
We do football on
you-
levels, though.
you're
We do
losing
football.
some type of.
What would be the
Why,
point?
what would be the benefit of,
Yeah,
of
what would be
doing
the
the
point?
exact same thing we do on here the day before?
Why
Right.
not?
Because
Because
that
that's the point.
would take
We
away.
in the
But-
same.
but
that's
Jay-
the purpose of
It
football.
don't take it away, man. Okay, y'all know. I've been doing this. Y'all just started. Y'all know then. I'm gonna let y'all have it.
Jacob. But then I get what they saying because that'll be like the people that do the wrestling show or
Okay.
the people that's gonna be doing the other type shows.
Okay.
That's their
Okay.
niche. So their niche is that.
Okay.
Then I mean, like, what's the whole point of having two shows that we gonna?
So
if they
if
talk
that
about-
was if that was the case, man, you wouldn't have Skip and Shannon in first take. It's the same thing, bro.
No, okay. Just like y'all saw Shannon had to apologize to Richard Jefferson, but in this is the exact same thing. Richard Jefferson does strictly NBA, right? And whatever comment he made, he was saying that Richard Jefferson was lazy because he didn't know whatever else. He had to apologize to him. And Shannon was saying, because of my show, I have to know something about all the sports. Richard Jefferson is specifically on NBA Today, so he's not going to talk about football. His specific thing to do is to talk about.
Y'all win.
Right, that's the whole thing. We got 9 sports, talk about everything, and then just branch off for specifics.
Yeah,
but don't worry, you're gonna get that football smoke this year. You're gonna get more than enough, buddy.
I'm sure y'all got it. Y'all win. Y'all got it.
So you got. Let's look at it. Look at
y'all,
the
I don't want to hear no more. I don't want to hear no more. Y'all got it. Y'all win.
We're gonna bring you on our show.
No, bro. You got a schedule appointment, though. I have my secretary call you.
Sorry, we got a few spaces. We got
find you a spot.
You don't gotta find me a spot, bro. Because
we busy.
I'm global, y'all local. So I mean,
that sounds good.
Bring a little head start. That's all.
Bring some of that global insight.
Yeah, we need that. We need that on the show.
I don't think y'all want it. You know, because sometimes you gotta have a listen in the ear, and you know. I mean, it's obvious that you don't have that, Mr. George. Everything. So you know.
Y'all got me ready for football season already. Y'all even got started early.
Boy, it's time. And look, and then
you see how we got this thing set up. You see Georgia and Florida for a reason.
And then he gonna have to look. You ain't even start Icon because Washington gonna be better than Dallas this year. And look, and
I hope you keep that same energy, man. And with those same words gonna slap again in your mouth.
I put it to you like this, KB. I can put you like this, KB. Until I see Carson Wentz on the field with Washington, I can't make no judgment right now.
Okay,
I can't
but let's
you've been watching Carson Wentz because he's been in Dallas.
Worry about Atlanta, Steve. You always talking about
hold on. But can we say this? Is this not the best offensive team Wentz has had around him? Like complete wide receivers, you got a good tight end, you got great 2 running backs, a good line. What other team was better? Philly didn't have the wide receivers. Who was he throwing to?
Philly had those same wide receivers when they went to the championship.
Well, Philly was a better complete team. I'm talking about offense. This is the best offensive system he's put in. Now,
it depends on the Washington defense can get back halfway to what they were the year before. So if that,
I agree with that. I agree with what Crystal just said. Yeah, I agree with that.
But if they could be like maybe like top 12 NFL like defense, like somewhere in there, they don't have to be top 2 like they was that year when they Chase Young got there, but they got at least be like top 15, top 12. They can get like that and the offense play like the way they supposed to, and that schedule. Because if you look at the schedule, there's no reason why they shouldn't win 10 games. I'm just telling you, there's no reason why.
Dallas has a way harder schedule. That's the only reason why Jason. I say
Dallas said Washington has the easiest schedule in the NFL. They
I
have the
agree.
easiest schedule. So there's no way they shouldn't win at least 10 games. If they don't win 10 games, then Ron Rivera, Daniel Snyder, he need to be gone anyway. But Daniel Snyder, Ron Rivera, everybody need to be gone. Everybody. They can't win 10 games.
Washington ain't gonna win no damn 10 games, man. What you smoking? Dope or dog food or something? Let me sell some of that. Washington win 10 games? Blah, 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 blah.
I ain't even started with you on this today. We gonna wait till the
season. Over there talking
over.
like, why are you?
Yeah, he always talking like Dallas old juggernaut. You know what I'm saying?
Mike McCarthy's almost finished.
Dallas have more talent than anybody in the NFL in the last 25 years and can't get out the first round.
You in prime Mike McCarthy time.
You know what I'm saying?
Mike McCarthy
ain't nobody have more talent than Dallas. Nobody.
Yep. Mike McCarthy gonna play down, and then they don't even have. Can we trust CD Lamb, Jacob? Do you like Jacob? We like real talk, like no joke. Do you really trust CD? Think he can do what Amari did?
Well, Amari ain't never show up to no away games. To be honest with you, bro. To be honest with you, he never showed up to away games. That's
available. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I heard that.
You know what I mean? So I don't know if we can trust CD more because CD dropped a lot of passes.
Do you think CD Lamb is about to go through the whole effect that what's my man, the TikTok guy, Juju? You think he's gonna have that Juju effect to where he benefited? He was good because he had another number one across from him.
Oh yeah, Juju and AB.
Hey, listen, bro. CD was only good because all the pressure was on Cooper, man. Like we really about to see what he made of, and I don't think he's that guy. I don't think he's that guy, and I don't think Jerry should have gave Michael Gallup $62 million, and he gonna miss the first 5 games. Like Jerry makes senile decisions, man.
So get him off the phone. Your team this year,
huh?
And if that get off line got worse, that ain't getting off now.
And your offensive line got worse.
Actually, it didn't, bro. Actually, you ain't looked at the draft report. Actually, you didn't look at the draft report.
The draft. That dude from northern Washington.
He was drafted.
It don't matter where they from, KBC. That's your thing. You think just because they from Division I that they're gonna be this great player. Do you know how many players that's not from Division I be great in the NFL? That's what you insinuated. Stop playing me, boy.
I think the best offensive lineman was the kid from North Dakota State that went. He was like the 3rd tackle taken off the board. Mooring or something like that. And then the year before that, I thought it was Risner from he was Division III. You know I watched the linemen out of anybody. You know I watched them.
Jacob, did you say the draft report that the offensive line is better?
Yeah.
Okay, ain't the person that they picked in the draft was the most penalized player in college football last year, and Dallas Cowboys issue in the playoffs throughout the season was penalties last year, and they got the most penalized offensive lineman in the draft.
Okay.
You know that,
but they're not old. They're young, bro. Like we had a lot of old offensive linemen.
Y'all just got rid of the young one, Collins. La'el Collins, y'all let him go.
Yeah, y'all let go La'el Collins.
Hey man, like, I still think we're gonna win the division, bro. Like, cause ain't nobody worried about the Philly Crows. Definitely not worried about the Philly Crows.
That's what you need.
And we're definitely not worried about the New York. We're definitely not worried about the New York midgets. We ain't worried about them. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Philly gotta have a crazy defense, bro. You got Jordan Davis on that defense and Fletcher.
And we're not worried about the Washington carryouts. You know, we ain't worried about them either.
Hey, look, man, you better worry about Washington because they got a quarterback that can get.
I think Philly is a more threat. You got AJ Brown.
Carson Wentz the bum, man. Carson Wentz been a bum for a long time.
Philly is a way bigger threat because now you got 3 legit number 1 wide receivers in Philly.
But nobody to throw them the ball.
They picked the worst offensive lineman in the draft, but the offensive lineman got better. They got rid of all their defensive linemen, but the defense better. They got rid of all the guard receivers, but the receivers gonna be better. Dak Prescott couldn't throw to the players that he had when he had these players, but now the Dallas Cowboys are better. But he couldn't.
Y'all lost a pass
Of course you would put Dak down and welcome Carson Wentz.
I didn't say that.
Crystal, who was the Crystal team? Who Crystal team? What
Patriots
Crystal football?
I'm a
She a
Patriot.
Patriot fan. Oh,
Man.
That's why she ain't talking.
Wow. I mean, that is part of it, though.
Patriots didn't go get that helmet with the little dude on the side. The Patriots about ready to go back to them days with the helmet with the dude on the side.
Well, y'all get to our days. When were you ever at our level?
Hey, look, but that's the thing. Can't talk trash about them. At least for a few years.
Yeah.
well, how long we gonna live?
For a few years, you
Brady
can't
gone.
talk trash about him until the day you die.
Living on that hill, bro. Brady gone. We can't keep living on that hill.
Hey man, they got a year. They got a year or two in the bag. They can pull out because they're gonna be like, what about all them trophies? They got a little argument for the next 2 years.
They got about a 10-year run. They can talk junk.
Because Dallas fans been talking trash since '96, and I don't get it.
Well, KB, there's something that's called being a loyal fan and a diehard fan, and there's something called being a mediocre fan, and that mediocre part comes in with you. You know what I mean?
Come on now, I rep my black. I wear black every day.
Man, you don't rep no damn black man. Get out of here, bro.
I told you Devontae was coming. You ain't want to believe me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I will say
He did say
that.
that.
Ken told me
He
that a
did say
long time ago.
Come
Yeah,
on,
he
man.
did.
I be knowing this stuff.
I don't think Devontae Elliott.
Hey man, that's a lie. Cause
I like
Devontae Adams know that Aaron Rodgers was gonna stay there indefinitely. He would never be with y'all, bro. He would never be with y'all.
That ain't why he
Rodgers was too up and down, bro. He was too up and down. That's why he's with the Raiders now.
That's not why. That had nothing
Yes,
to do
it is, man. You telling the ball face lie. It is.
You still
But
think
I
that
see
was
you
relevant.
go to
That's
work.
how I know you don't know. You say y'all got the best. Y'all say your offensive line got better. And y'all
It didn't get worse.
and lost 2 offensive guys.
Okay, man. This is the NFL. Guys be replaced all the time, KB. Like, what is
Yeah, they
wrong with
do.
you, man?
Troy Aikman was replaced.
You trash,
Andy
man.
Dalton was replaced by
Man,
by
get off this
Dak.
podcast. You trash.
The Raiders and the Cowboys play this year.
I hope so.
I know they don't play home because I'd be going to that game, but they not. I don't think they play.
Man, we do not want you in our stadium. We don't need no evenness, no nothing like you.
I told you they was going to lose in the playoffs.
You are bad energy for the Cowboys. We don't need you in our stadium, bro. We do not need you in our stadium.
I ain't giving that slave on none of my.
Oh yeah, they do.
You bad energy.
They do play Cowboys.
Hold on. Let's not forget that Al Davis and Jerry Jones like brothers from another mother. Don't get it twisted.
Our guy's dead. Your guy's still living. He just paid off his 40-year-old daughter. He gave her rings and walk away. She's 40 years old. Still ain't want to give her a hug. That is terrible. That is terrible. 40 years old. Give your daughter a hug, dog. You paid her some money and said, "Get out of here, man." That is wrong.
Well, it happens all the time, bro. Like, listen, bro. She's 40 years old. He don't know nothing about her. This is what's going to make your life good.
Don't justify that. Come
on. I'm old, and I'm not going to be here that long, so this is what's going to make your life better. That's all they want in any fucking way. So what you mean?
She wanted to hug her daddy. That's all.
You telling a lie, bald face lie. Stop it, man.
That's all she wanted. She wanted a relationship with her daddy.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Said, leave me alone. Terrible.
So
terrible,
she want a relationship with her daddy, and she's 43, about to be 44.
She just found out.
Oh,
imagine searching for your dad for 40 years, and you
bullshit. So like, hey man, he just he did what he know how to do. He rolled out a check, and that's it, bro.
Terrible, man. Terrible.
That's all, man.
Terrible, man.
I keep it real, man. That's all.
Hey, but no, the NFL is supposed to rule on Deshaun Watson this week, so we gotta have to talk about that. He started the hearing tomorrow. He going in front of
Wednesday night.
Hey man, listen, man. I just
we need to end this show. If we keep going on this show, we're gonna be here till Wednesday night.
Yeah.
So, all right, fam. I'm out of here, man.
We end the show, man.
So she drove the one Robin then came back. What?
She went